This is FIVEAA News. Always Adelaide.
Becoming cloudy and 20 today with the 6 o'clock news. Good morning, I'm Jess Adamson.
Bring your event to life in a venue where it all comes together. Search Adelaide Convention Centre.
A man will face court today charged over child sex offences. The 57-year-old from the northern suburbs was arrested yesterday. He's been charged with possession of child exploitation material and breaching his bail. A report shows electric vehicle sales in Australia have reached record highs this year. EV purchases have so far jumped 65% compared to 2025. Rising fuel prices due to the Iran war are thought to have played a role in the lead-up. The Electric Vehicle Council's Aman Gore says it's a more accessible form of transport.
Australians are interested in EVs because they're more affordable now than ever before. There are 10 models of EVs available under $40,000, and you can save up to $3,000 per year by driving an EV because you avoid the gut punch of driving on petrol.
Researchers have managed to film a type of immune cell that eats melanoma cells and helps slow the growth of tumours. After devouring the skin cancer, the cells display a biological red flag to alert the rest of the immune system. Scientists hope it will lead to new treatments that destroy drug-resistant tumours. The Garvan Institute's Professor Tri Phan says the discovery may help treat other forms of cancer.
These macrophages make up a third of the cells, not just in skin cancers like melanomas, but can make up to a third of the cells in other tumours like brain tumours. So we're really curious to see if the same thing that we see in the melanomas might also hold true in these other cancers.
The British government has published documents relating to the appointment of Andrew Mountbatten Windsor as a trade representative. They show Queen Elizabeth had a wish for her son to take on a more prominent role in the promotion of national interests. Another group of Australians with links to ISIS are believed to be on their way back to Australia from Syria. It's believed the women and children have left a camp in the country's northeast to travel to Damascus before flying to Australia. The exact timing of the group's journey isn't clear. 1 in 4 Aussie families is cutting back on children's sport. Gabrielle Hodson
A national
explains.
Compare Club survey of 1,000 parents has found many riddled by guilt, with 1 in 4 ditching kids' sport to save cash. It's also found that where there's financial pressure, half of all families are having more arguments about money. News Corp says 55% of parents with a child under 18 describe themselves as struggling or just getting by. 42% of these families are also spending less on music, dance and tutoring. Even worse, 78% were spending less on trips to museums, zoos and theme parks.
Kilkenny Primary is one of many schools taking part in Walk Safely to School Day today, now in its 27th year and part of National Road Safety Week. The initiative calls on families to build regular walking into children's daily routines. Harold Scrooby from the Pedestrian Council says it's a great way to celebrate community while strengthening the student and parent connection.
If you ever stand outside a school and watch little children being chauffeur-driven to school in the backseat of a car looking at a screen, you know something's wrong. What we're saying to parents who have to drive, why not leave the car a good distance from the school, get out, have a walk with your children, get them off their screens, teach them how to cross roads.
Now turning to FIVEAA Sport.
Huge price drop on new Mitsubishi ASX from $34,990 drive away. Agostino Mitsubishi, Nailsworth and Mawson Lakes.
Good morning, Tom Wren. It was a tough night in Tassie.
And a frustrating one, wasn't it, Jess? Unfortunately for the Crows, going down by 9 points, and they'll be keeping a close eye on Isaac Rankin. That's after he hurt his calf and missed much of the second half during that game. The Crows got close and had a chance to hit the lead in the final term, but ultimately fell short. Rankin now with a chance to recover with the team having the bye next week. Calamachi also came off the ground with a thumb injury and his night appeared done, but he returned and played out the match. And James Peatling copped a nasty knock late in the game, which left him with a bloody face, but he should be able to return in a fortnight. Blake Hardwick proved the difference in the low-scoring game, booting 4 goals. Coach Sam Mitchell says Hardwick is finally getting the recognition he deserves.
He's a phenomenal footballer. His contest is outstanding. He's a beautiful kick and he'll get a lot of credit for tonight, and so he should, but he should a lot of other weeks when he plays. You know, today he kicked 4. Regularly he's stopping 4 or more, so he's finally getting a little bit of credit outside of our walls the way he has for us for a long time.
He was outstanding. Port Adelaide, meantime, has made 3 changes for tomorrow night's match against Carlton at home. with Josh Lai, Jacob Ware and Todd Marshall all in, while Lockie Jones is injured. Will Lorenz and Dante Vicentini have been dropped. Alex de Minaur has cruised into the semi-finals of the Hamburg Tennis Open with a 6-love, 6-3 win. That was over the 7th seed Luciano Darderi. And Brooks Koepka has shot an 8-under round of 63 in the first round of the PGA Tour's Byron Nelson to lead by 1 shot. Scotty Scheffler is 3 shots back. And that's the 5AA Sport.
Thanks, Tom. Now the 5AA forecast. 20's the top today, becoming cloudy. Partly cloudy and 21 tomorrow. Showers at 18 on Sunday. 18 with a shower or 2 for Monday. Right now it's 12 degrees on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Now you can RAV4 like never before with the all-new RAV4. Pre-order now at Jarvis Toyota Somerton Park. The all-new RAV4 is packed with updates to make every drive smoother, smarter and more adventurous. Plus, every new RAV4 comes standard with capped price servicing. Some conditions apply. Come and experience the all-new RAV4 difference and take a test drive today at the new Jarvis Toyota, Brighton Road, Somerton Park.
Fatty plaque. Sounds nasty, doesn't it? And it is. Fatty plaque is made of cholesterol particles that can accumulate in your arteries and even stop blood flow, contributing to heart attacks, heart failure, stroke and dementia, Australia's biggest killers. Treatments are being developed at SAMRI and they're all game changers. But SAMRI needs donations to help with clinical testing. Visit samri.org.au and help us give plaque the flick. That's samri.org.au.
Moving house and need a truck, or planning your next family holiday, or maybe your car is out of action and you need a reliable replacement. Whatever you need to do or wherever you need to go, think Red Spot Car Rentals.
The team at Red Spot has got you covered. Red Spot's been named Product Review's 2026 Car Hire Service of the Year, and that's voted by you, the customers.
Exactly right, because Red Spot proudly offers transparent pricing, genuine old-fashioned service and a new fleet of vehicles, including an impressive hybrid range.
You can rely on Red Spot. Book your next rental direct at redspot.com.au today or call 1300 66 88 10.
Hi, Mark Taylor here. You've noticed us Fujitsu. We're now General. We've changed our name, but not who we are. Stay warm this winter with General. And right now, when you purchase a General Airstage ducting system, you'll receive a digital prepaid MasterCard valued up to $500. Just get a General. It's Australia's favourite air.
Get a General. Purchase eligible model by 1 June 26. Claim by 30 June 26. Retain receipts. T's and C's and exclusions apply. See fujitsugeneral.com.au/promotions.
General Tools is turning 70 and still proudly supporting Australian manufacturing and engineering. For heavy industry, they stock premium metal cutting bandsaws, plus a large range of bandsaw blades to suit. You'll also find soluble oil, metal cutting lubricants, quality measuring equipment, and the right tools for drilling, tapping, reaming, and countersinking. With expert service, competitive prices, and 70 years' experience, you can trust General Tools. In store at Cavan or online at generaltools.com.au.
Hey, Mum, I want the V8, Mum. I want it.
Knockdown, build 2 with Metro Homes. Move into one and keep the other as an investment. Metro Homes, they do it all for you.
Live from Hindmarsh Square, it's 5AA Breakfast. David Penberthy and Will Goodings.
9 after 6, good morning to you. Welcome to Friday on 5AA Breakfast, the 22nd of May. Does anyone else have to spring out of bed and work with a Hawthorn supporter? Because we do. We love you, Paddy. Coming up on the program this morning, we'll be chatting with the president of the AMA. They're calling for e-bike restrictions on the basis of age. This is really interesting, based on the injuries they're seeing, and want some tighter policing of things. What exactly are they calling for? We'll find out after 6:30. Really excited about the Golden Sack truck. If you can, it might be just out of shot in the Facebook and YouTube live stream, but it is standing on a pedestal at the moment because it will be awarded for the first time today before 7 o'clock, the Golden Sack truck. And, of course, its founder, our listener Rob, is going to be giving away a skip bin and collection from his wonderful waste disposal company. So it's all on the line for the sack truck and government stuff-ups this week. Lots of terrific nominations. Still plenty of time if you'd like to nominate one on 8223 0000. We'll also be chatting with Michael Packey in the nation's capital. Michael Smith with a really fascinating flashback this morning. And we continue, of course, the World Cup of South Australia. David.
It's your birthday. God bless you this day. You gave me the gift of a little sister, and I'm proud of you today.
David.
It's your birthday.
Happy birthday, David Penberthy.
David.
Am I going to get a...
We had to put Paddy through that humiliation ritual just for
David.
because he's
Beautifully done there.
happy birthday to you, mate.
That's from the Michael Jackson...
Simpsons episode.
The episode where... who is it? The guy gets locked up with Michael Jackson, doesn't he? In a mental asylum.
Well, it's the guy, he's mentally unwell and he thinks he's Michael Jackson.
Oh, of course. But isn't he played by Michael Jackson? That's Michael Jackson singing. I think. Yeah, the real Michael Jackson.
But it's a guy, the conceit of the episode, it's some guy who's he's unwell and he thinks he's Michael, and he looks nothing like him.
Then at the end of the episode, he gets a stamp on his hand that says sane.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
When he's all better.
For the meat
Thank you for that, Pat.
For the meat tray this morning, thanks to Sam and the team, Windsor Meats, Doothie Street at Malvern. Come up with a present for David Penberthy. What are we getting David for his birthday? 8223 text in 0448 08 1395. What's the dream birthday present for D Penberthy? What are you going to get him, folks? I would get you a Sleaford Mods T-shirt with decent bacon written on it.
Oh, that would be a
How
great
good would
present.
that be?
Smells so strong, it smells like decent bacon.
Just says decent bacon.
Kevin's getting
Sleaford Mods. 7 people know the reference, and everyone goes, "That's awesome."
I would wear that T-shirt. Decent bacon, Sleaford Mods. How good are they? Actually, we've cancelled my birthday.
Oh yeah, you have.
You know, this week sucks. My favourite uncle died last week. We got his funeral on Monday. God rest your soul, Uncle Bruce. Both my young sons have got COVID now. So we've been at home, cooped up. Want to keep them away from certain people who are unwell in my family and elderly in my family ahead of Monday. So we thought we'll have a nice quiet night in last night. Spoke to the older kids and they said, Dad, we've got these plans for you. But given that we're all tiptoeing around each other at the moment, it's now going to be your birthday on May 30. So you're going to have to do all this again next week. Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, that's a Saturday, though, so...
Oh, sorry, 29. I was trying to
okay.
I was trying to add 7 to 22, and I came up with 30. I meant next Friday. So we thought we'd have a nice, relaxing night last night watching the Crows game.
And didn't that work out beautifully well? Are we going to wait for Tom Wren for our thoughts on the footy last night?
No, you go. You go.
You know what? Let's start with a celebratory Friday morning. It is your birthday, and a few people have called in with birthday present ideas for you, David.
I love this. Very kind of you.
Maybe folks. A calculator. Maybe that would have been a good present in light of the date issue we just had.
Another one of my favourite songs, not by the Sleaford Mods, but by Kraftwerk. I'm the operator of my pocket calculator.
Well, there you go. Sam in Theberton, good morning. What are you getting David for his birthday?
Good morning, David. Happy birthday too.
Thanks,
all the best.
Sam. Thank you, mate.
Enjoy yourself. Now, David, because you're in broadcast and you did sing in the band, right, with the police band, I'm going to get you a golden microphone.
Oh, wow. Like Lawsy.
Yeah. Hello, world.
Lawsy. Kyle's got a golden microphone too, does he? I reckon... Not anymore. Yeah, we'll see.
They took it off him.
I reckon South Australians wouldn't go for a gold microphone. I reckon at this state, if someone jumps on a radio station and puts with a golden microphone on everyone, half the audience says, nah, this is no longer for me.
Dead set. There's so many self-absorbed idiots in the media. Like the idea that you would do any of that. Like the day you and I wind up here, we'd go and see him, mate, aren't we?
Yeah.
Well, we'll stay in touch, but we're not. There's no OB. There's no my life and legacy.
Yeah. Yeah,
like
this is the this is your life episode.
Have I come in sounding like a terrible old grump on my birthday?
Oh, look, you've given appropriate context. I think COVID, death in the family, and your footy team can't beat any other side.
What did you
any
think
good at all?
What did you think of the game, Will?
Come
on, I'm really trying to encourage Will to unload. Say some of the stuff you were saying off air.
I think it was I think the most honest and worst thing you can say about it is it's totally predictable. Watching Adelaide fall short against sides who are actually good. And I think my big picture thought is this. I think a lot of Crows fans, and me included, thought last year was a sign this is a really good side that fell over in finals. When maybe the reality is this is a really average side that had a dream run in the minor round.
That fell into the finals.
That's right. And that was who they were, and we're seeing who they are, and who they are as currently constructed as a team that doesn't beat top 8 sides. And that's a sobering reality when we're how many years into this build? What is it, 2026? We've been on this merry-go-round now for a long, long time.
Pre-COVID.
Pre-COVID, yeah. Crikey. Sally at Hillcrest, what are you getting David for his birthday?
Happy birthday, David.
Thank you, Sally.
I reckon you deserve your own personal Mexican chef for a year.
Oh, wow. I would love that.
That would have to be a good chef, Sally.
Hola, Jose. What are we having for dinner tonight? Chilaquiles.
Well,
I love that
just think
idea.
you could have a year off of cooking and just have all your favourite meals every day.
Oh, that would be an excellent, excellent thing, Sally. I love that idea.
Thank you, Sally. Let's go to Grange. Vinny, what are you getting David for his birthday?
Well, David, happy birthday for starters.
Thanks,
but you know something? I reckon they should give you the number 1 ticket holder at Sturt.
Oh, mate. That's for it.
Do they do that? Who is the number 1 ticket holder at Sturt?
Mott's. Yeah, Mott's.
Okay.
You can't take it off. Mott's, crikey.
That's tough.
Well, they've got those. I am one
Do they
of
do the number 2 ticket holder?
No, we've got ambassadors at Sturt.
You're an
me
ambassador.
me and Tim Rogers. How about that? 2 people with significant history of
You take
substance
that role
abuse.
very seriously because you often bring Sturt up.
I have mentioned it once or twice.
Yeah, I've noticed that. David Alberton, good morning.
Morning, boys. I'm loath to interrupt that uplifting football discussion, but happy birthday, Dave. Well, I know what you need, mate. And more than anything, you need an automatic carrot dicer.
We don't want to be ableist, do we? I love that idea, Dave. Thank you.
That's a good deep cut. That's one for the people that have been listening for a long time.
That's fair.
Thank you, Dave.
Some of the things you get accused of from time to time.
Absolutely right. 8223 My favourite one that we've gotten so far, and there's so many texts that we'll continue to get to, but I think this is excellent. Russell says, I think we should get David a Josh Rochelle handwritten message footy.
Oh, I would love that.
You cherish that.
Yeah.
Something heartfelt from Josh.
Well, as my teenage son said yesterday, Wednesday night rather, when we were talking about that, he said, Dad, if we had one of those Joshua Shelley footballs, we'd put it on the mantelpiece, wouldn't we? Bloody oath we would, Jim.
The meat
exactly
tray.
Where it would go.
Thanks to Sam and the team at Windsor Meats, Doothie Street at Malvern. 8223 What are we getting David for his birthday? Some great suggestions coming through. We'll get to some more shortly.
At Specsavers Audiology, your ears won't get ripped off by our hearing aids. Whew. You'll find the tech and style that's right for you, with something for every price range, and 12 months of aftercare with every purchase. Compare your pair at Specsavers Audiology. T's and C's apply.
Not every conversation stays with you. This one will. Join Stephen Bartlett as he asks the questions and nothing is left unsaid. Search The Diary of a CEO wherever you get your podcasts.
There's a moment every family hopes for. When you walk in and they're just happy, settled, themselves, and you realise the decision you agonised over was the right one all along. Para Ability Community Care is one of the state's largest and most trusted disability accommodation providers. We're improving lives in small ways every day. Our PAC fully trained carers give your loved one the life they deserve and give you back the relationship you always wanted. Experience our kindness and connection. Visit ourpac.com.au.
Hi, Brady Bitt here for Mawson Lakes Mazda with a little secret of how you can get behind the wheel of a new Mazda. You can unlock their end of financial year deals early. You heard right, we can give them to you right now. That's immediate delivery on all makes, models and colours. Plus low-K demos must go. No gimmicks, just early end of financial year deals and the best customer support for you and your shiny new Mazda. Mawson Lakes Mazda, Salisbury Highway, just a short drive from the city.
Celebrate Australian Made Week at Harvey Norman with bonus gift cards. Spend $500 or more on a huge range of Australian made, including selected lounges, dining, bedroom furniture and mattresses, and receive 10% of your purchase price in gift cards. Harvey Norman proudly supports local jobs, communities, skills and craftsmanship. Celebrate Australian Made Week with this huge offer, but be quick. 10% in gift cards ends Monday. Best range, best brands, best prices at Harvey Norman now. Conditions and exclusions apply.
When life gets a bit overwhelming and families need support, they turn to people they know they can trust. And for the last 30 years, South Australians have turned to Farrell and O'Neill Funerals.
As a proud family-owned and operated business, Farrell and O'Neill take real pride providing compassionate, professional care, with funeral services thoughtfully tailored to suit every family's wishes, cultural needs and budget.
Whether it's a traditional service or a more modern celebration of life, their team is there to gently guide you through each step with dignity, understanding and genuine care. And importantly, Farrell and O'Neill are there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
To learn more or to have a quiet chat with their caring team, simply visit farrellfunerals.com.au today.
20 years on, FIVEAA Milk Company is stronger than ever, producing over 55 different products, from fresh milk and flavoured milk to cream, sour cream and yoghurt. We brought back the glass bottle to help our planet. And with a growing fleet of 25 delivery trucks, we're keeping South Australian milk flowing across our great state. 17 million litres a year at last count, with 9 local dairy families. Choose FIVEAA Milk Company, and let's keep a good thing going.
Any fan will tell you there's nothing like seeing Port Adelaide live at Adelaide Oval. The roar of the crowd, the big moments, and the goals that bring the whole stadium to its feet. Be there on Saturday, May 23, when the Power take on Carlton at Adelaide Oval. Search Port Adelaide tickets and experience the action. We are Port Adelaide.
FIVEAA Breakfast is streaming live right now. To watch, simply head to FIVEAA on Facebook or YouTube. Knockdown, build 2 with Metro Homes. Move into one and keep the other as an investment. Metro Homes, they do it all for you.
David Penberthy and Will Goodings, 5AA Breakfast.
22 after 6, a lot of fun with the Metro this morning on the occasion of David's birthday. We're asking you what you'd give him as a present. Thanks to Sam and the team at Windsor Meets Doothie Street at Malvern. Someone is going to win the Metro. Someone, too, is going to be the inaugural winner of the Golden Sack Truck. We're going to give that away before 7 o'clock. If you've got a very late Golden Sack Truck entry, which is, of course, for a government stuff up at state, federal or local government level, let us know, and you could be in the running for the inaugural Golden Sack Truck. Do you want to do a couple of texts? Any presents there that have caught your eye?
I'll tell you what, old Russell's probably not in the running to win. He's going to give me a personally signed DVD of the 1978 Grand Final. I know, Russ, that's very funny, mate, and brought a smile to my eye. Thank you, mate. Another one here from Peter in Marston says he'd like to get me a Black Forest cake from the Cheesecake Shop in Hawthorne. Go Sturt. He reckons that though we will win against Centrals at Unley tomorrow. Hopefully so. Poor old Centrals, though. They're having a bit of a struggling start. Now, good mate Rob, the father of the Golden Sack Truck, he's proposing some birria tacos with an authentic consomme to dip them in and a flan for dessert, which is what the Latinos call creme caramel. They call it flan. And every single restaurant in Latin America serves, even if they have no other desserts, they all serve creme caramel.
Is that right?
Yeah. They have a cool way of cooking it too. They cook it in old biscuit tins and put them on a very low heat in the oven for ages in a bain-marie.
Nice.
And then they take the lid off and they're done.
Well, there you go. They're a very thoughtful present, Rob. 8223 text us on 0448 08 1395. Your creative gift for David on his birthday could win you the meat tray, thanks to the wonderful Windsor Meats on Doothie Street. 11
Do you feel like you've got enough off your chest yet about the football, though, Will?
Oh, no, I'm trying to get through this so we can get to Rennie a bit quicker.
Yeah,
today.
Good.
11.5 degrees outside. You're baiting me this morning,
I know, I am.
Feels like 8.9 degrees. Top of 20 today. The days ahead, 21 tomorrow, 18 Sunday, and a bit of rain, actually, 0 to 6 millimetres. Same on Monday, 0 to 6 millimetres, 18, 19 Tuesday, 19 Wednesday, 19 Thursday. Every single day from tomorrow onwards has at least some sort of drizzle in the forecast. All right, let's talk footy. Big game last night. Huge game. Thursday night footy in Tassie. Tom Wren is in the studio. Huge price drop on the new Mitsubishi ASX from $34,990 drive away. Agostino Mitsubishi, Nailsworth and Mawson Lakes. Tom Wren, good morning. What did you make of it?
I'm exactly like you. I'll get to it. Happy birthday, David.
Thank you, mate.
Always nice to...
Love working with you, mate.
Yeah, likewise. It's been an absolute ball.
I love you guys.
I love you.
Nowhere you'd rather be.
Yeah, apart from in bed.
Well, I reckon your mood hits the nail on the head. And I was watching it last night. We're all watching it. It's just so bloody frustrating. You know, they got close, and in that last quarter, they start the game, and you're like, this is unreal.
Yeah.
And then they finish the game, and you go, they are all over them. Darcy Fogarty has that shot from the boundary to put them in front, and it felt like if they got in front, they're going to win. But they didn't. And, you know, again, they walk away, honourable loss, and you go, it's so close, but it's not. So 6 and 5, that's where they are, and they've got a really difficult month coming up after the bye. And I think compounding it as well is that injury to Isaac Rankin. But, I mean...
That shouldn't paper over what was a really bad performance, though, because Rankin's injury, Archie being under a cloud, all of that happened after we totally dozed off and didn't make any changes in the second quarter.
7 goals, like, I don't know about
That's
you
fair,
guys.
isn't it? Is that accurate?
No, I think so. I think there are a few of us probably at home going, throw Dan Curtin on the ball.
Well, they did, with about 4 minutes left.
Totally. And Blake Hardwick, like Sam Mitchell, you go, now I don't know if the Crows, but what a genius move. Blake Hardwick swinging him forward. He won the game.
Sam Mitchell was a coaching masterclass last night.
He won the game.
So Josh Worrell and Wayne Miller have probably been arguably Crows' best 2 players this year, or certainly in the conversation, given so much drive of half-back. Josh Worrell, I've never seen him dismantled like that before. He was made him accountable. Hardwick goes forward and kicks 4 goals, the leading goal kicker in the game.
In a low-scoring game.
That first quarter, Sam Mitchell allows his midfield to go head-to-head, because in the finals, their midfield destroyed ours.
Newcombe, remember?
John Newcombe went berserk. So he went, let's just take the shackles off and let these 2 midfields go head-to-head. And that suited Adelaide, because Dawson and Rankin got on top. And then he made an adjustment and didn't allow that to happen. Chol comes in the ruck. You could see him making moves right throughout the game. And, look, it was just an absolute masterclass.
Yeah, he's a great coach.
Great coaches get you wins in a game like that.
Yep. In an arm wrestle game.
Yep. And they were down Jack Gunston, who might win the Coleman, Tom Barras, All-Australian defender.
Yep.
Will Day, obviously, but it's hard to even count poor old Will Day these days because he's never in the side. But,
I hate it when people go full Kane Corns and start potting players by name because they're all good people, but we got a couple of standout passengers, haven't we?
It was a bad game, yeah.
There were some people just, really dragging us down, I think. I don't know. I don't want to get into the sort of whipping boy, but there's names that keep popping up on the text
this
line.
is the way we can approach it at the moment. I think Crows people, you almost got a full list to pick from. So if you're ever in it's time to make some hard decisions business, you can start making it right now.
Yeah.
Because you're not being forced into making too many selection. The side on the park is the side the coach is choosing at the moment. Now Rankin will be out of that, so that'll hurt. But but there is almost a full list to pick from. So there are hard decisions that need to be made.
Yeah.
Because it feels that this is starting to get a real lost season feel to it. And if the Adelaide Football Club is in the hitting zone of trying to win a premiership, you can't afford lost seasons.
Windows don't last long.
They don't last long.
They do not last long.
Well, if you're talking about trying to get like a Lachie Neale to come here because the window's open, what would Lachie Neale be making them that game last night? I don't really want to go there for
or Zach Merritt.
One shot at glory. Yeah,
I think Zach Merritt's very much in the conversation. It's a huge month. Like they've got. I just hope this calf injury for Isaac Rankin's a niggle and nothing.
Didn't look great.
I think calves 3 or 4 weeks. And
thank God for the bye.
And also thank God he didn't come. When he was doing run-throughs, I was like, do not let that guy back out there.
Totally.
And I love that he was wanting to get out there. He's a competitor, but I was worried. And then Archie, I thought, but thankfully it looked like maybe just a thumb and he should be okay. And then Peatling might be concussed, I reckon. He got smashed.
He got hit.
But thankfully he's got the week off, so he should be okay in 12 days' time. But talk about a big month coming up. Geelong, Thursday week. I mean, that's just huge. Bulldogs away, who are banged up, but what's the bet in 3 weeks' time? They
might be starting to come into form.
4 or 5 back. Showdowns in amongst all of that as well. Crows have got to go 3-1 over this next 4 weeks. Otherwise, I think it will be exactly what you say. I think it'll be a lost season. You cannot win the flag if you're outside the top 6. In fact, I don't think you can win it from outside the top 4. Problem is, the top 2 are just about locked in. Freo and Hawthorn, Freo and Sydney. I mean, you can't see them. The other team that's in that month that I spoke about is Melbourne, who are the story of the season.
Yeah, they're playing very liberated football.
Unbelievable.
It's amazing what the absence of expectation can do for a club.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, Stephen King comes in with a list that everyone went, well, they're going to take a few steps back. Maybe not.
Yep.
What an author.
What a job he's done.
They're incredible.
In between writing
Pet Cemetery. Carrie.
Well, he's reinvented Jack Steele, who was on the St Kilda scrap heap, and Cossie Pickett and Max Corner just about the most dynamic ruck rover combination going around. So, look, Adelaide though, frustrating. There are some good signs. I did think Riley Thilthorpe first 3 quarters. I was like, the guy's playing like he's worried he's going to get hurt.
Yeah, it looked like that.
Last quarter, I went, there it is.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.
He started to jump.
Little handballs to set up goals were terrific.
But look, they'll get Keane back. They'll get Walker back. There are some positives coming back for the Crows. It's not totally lost, but it It is eminently frustrating.
If he's rucking, Rennie, why was Toby Murray playing?
Yeah.
What was the science behind? Anyway, we don't want to get too much into the weeds. That's for the sports show to talk about tonight. But mediocre.
I still feel like Will's got more rage left in him, folks.
They've got to let it out.
And the good thing is, I think both Crows listeners and Port listeners enjoy it.
It's a long season, David. It's a long season.
Good on you, boys.
Thanks,
Good on you,
Tom.
This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Becoming cloudy and 20 today with the 6:30 news. Good morning, I'm Jess Adamson.
Bring your event to life in a venue where it all comes together. Search Adelaide Convention Centre.
A group of 11 Australians, part of an international aid flotilla to Gaza who were taken into custody by Israeli authorities on Monday, are reportedly being bussed to an airport in southern Israel where they'll be flown to Istanbul. A video's emerged of Israel's National Security Minister heckling and mishandling the group. Nations, including Canada and Spain, have labelled the actions monstrous. UK Foreign Secretary Yvonne Cooper says they want an explanation from the Israeli embassy.
I mean, we see these totally disgraceful scenes in this video shared by Israeli Cabinet Minister Ben-Gvir, which shows a total disrespect and violation of basic standards of human dignity in the way that people were being treated.
Back home, and the opposition is urging the government to listen to the pushback from businesses who are opposing changes to the capital gains tax. Government sources have said while Labor is open to modifying the plan to tax discretionary trusts, they're holding firm on the proposed CGT overhaul. Nationals leader Matt Canavan says the government can't ignore the concerns of business owners.
Anthony Albanese and his government just totally ignoring them. They're saying they're not going to make any changes to the capital gains tax. That's what small businesses want. And the government should give them a voice, should have a proper parliamentary inquiry, so all those small businesses posting memes can actually also talk directly to their representatives.
A report shows electric vehicle sales in Australia have reached record highs this year, driven by surging fuel prices. EV purchases jumped 65% in the first quarter of 2026 compared to last year. The International Energy Agency report also predicts electric vehicles will account for 30% of global car sales this year. Thousands of childcare workers are preparing to walk off the job across the country as they fight to lock in a pay rise. The union says almost all educators are facing a pay cut of 4 to 15% unless a new deal is met. The Parenthood Chief Executive, Georgie Dent, says workers have already been leaving in droves.
And what they were saying is they're not leaving because they want to, they were leaving because they couldn't afford to stay. Because as the cost of living has increased, the smaller wage becomes much more difficult to live on. So these are qualified educators who need to be paid appropriately.
Australia's new ambassador to the United States has been formally welcomed to Washington. Greg Moriarty was sworn in at the White House, officially replacing Kevin Rudd. Mr Moriarty has previously served in the Australian Defence Department. Documents show Queen Elizabeth was very keen for her son, Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, to become a trade envoy in 2000. Europe correspondent Hannah Sinclair reports.
11 documents relating to Andrew Mountbatten Windsor's appointment to the trade envoy role now public after the Liberal Democrats demanded they be released. The files revealing the late Queen was very keen for the now disgraced royal to take on a prominent role in the promotion of national interests. The former prince, nicknamed Air Miles Andy while he acted as envoy for a decade, stepping back from the role in 2011 amid scrutiny about his continued relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. He has always denied any wrongdoing.
Now turning to 5AA Sports.
Huge price drop on new Mitsubishi ASX from $34,990 drive away. Agostino Mitsubishi, Nailsworth and Mawson Lakes.
Good morning, Tom Wren.
And to you as well, Jess. Adelaide has missed a golden opportunity to climb up the ladder, falling to Hawthorn by 9 points in Launceston. The Crows flew out of the blocks and stormed home late, but a huge fade-out in the middle of the game left the coach Matthew Nicks scratching his head.
You just can't have 7 goals in a row. You can't allow the game to get to that point. And it's unfortunately, it's not one clear area at the moment. There's big moments that we had opportunities tonight, in big moments to, you could say game should have been ours.
Adelaide will now be keeping a close eye on Isaac Rankin after he hurt his calf, while Calamar Cheap hurt his thumb and James Peatling will also be monitored after receiving a heavy knock to the face late in the game. Port Adelaide's players, meantime, will have a light run later today. That's ahead of tomorrow night's match at home against Carlton, the Power hoping to snap a 3-game losing streak. And the round continues this evening with Richmond taking on Essendon in the Dreamtime clash at the G, while Fremantle will also host St Kilda in the late game over in the West. Well, some of Australia's tennis stars have been dealt tough draws for the opening round of next week's French Open. Kimberly Birrell has drawn 5th seed Jessica Pegula. Adam Walton has 6th seed Daniil Medvedev. Meantime, mixed results for the Aussie men overnight. Alex de Minaur's into the semi-finals of the Hamburg Open after a straight sets win, but Alexei Poprin lost his quarter-final clash against Casper Ruud. And that's the 5AA Sport.
Thanks, Tom. Now the 5AA forecast. 20's the top today, becoming cloudy. Partly cloudy and 21 tomorrow. Showers at 18 for Sunday. 18 with a shower or two for Monday. Right now it's 12 degrees on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
The Mazda End of Financial Year event is on now. Get a great deal on select models like the exhilarating plug-in hybrid CX-60 and the 7-seat plug-in hybrid CX-80. Don't miss out. Ends June 30.
At my age, preparation is just part of life. To prepare for viruses like influenza, COVID and RSV, I get vaccinated regularly. Viruses are always changing. That's why vaccination really matters to protect yourself against serious disease and hospitalisation. And the risks go up when you turn 65. Vaccination is the best preparation. Speak to your health professional and book your vaccinations today. Authorised by the Australian Government, Canberra.
Auctions remain one of the strongest ways to sell in Adelaide, with buyer demand continuing to outpace supply and competition driving results.
Toop and Toop consistently deliver auction clearance rates above the state average, with more suburb records than any other SA real estate firm. That success comes down to strategy, experience and having South Australia's most awarded auctioneering team behind you.
From College Park and Nord to West Beach and Brompton and through to Mount Barker, Parracombe and St Peters, they're proud to deliver standout results right across the state.
With over 40 years' experience, Toop and Toop know how to maximise your outcome. Head to their website, toop.com.au, to see how they can help you get the best result.
Penny's picnicking in one of Dad's favourite places, remembering him with all his favourite faces. The girls have gathered round at Jones, so Sarah knows she's not alone. All of us will be affected by cancer at some point in our lives. So this Australia's biggest morning tea, let's make it personal. Australia's biggest morning tea. Post your way. Search Biggest Morning Tea today.
Get saving now with City Discount Tyres. We're offering great deals on the world's top brands in tyres, wheels, suspension and parts. Suitable for four-wheel drives, SUVs and passenger cars, including Falcon, Michelin, Pirelli, Kumho, Hankook and many more. Finance options available. Search citydiscounttyres.com.au and locate your nearest dealer today. City Discount Tyres. We're driven by value.
City Discount Tyres. You can rent a little, you can rent a lot.
Whatever you're doing, wherever you're going, you can rely on Red Spot to get you there. We're the all-Aussie family-owned car rental company in airport terminals and cities across Australia, with a new fleet and plenty of hybrid options too. Experience the exceptional service that earned us Product Review's 2026 Car Hire Service of the Year. Book direct and save now at redspot.com.au today, or call 1300 66 8810.
Red Spot.
Knock down, build two with Metro Homes. Move into one and keep the other as an investment. Metro Homes, they do it all for you.
David Penberthy and Will Goodings, 5AA Breakfast.
20 to 7, things are getting serious in the studio. The Golden Sack truck has just taken up a position on what's that, Mike 5, and has a headset on. There it is on the YouTube live stream this morning. If you're watching along, the Golden Sack truck will be awarded for the first time. Does it speak?
I don't know.
Does it have a voice?
Well, you could create one using artificial intelligence.
That's true.
We'd better be careful, you know. I mean, there's probably some bean counter in Sydney, not at ours, not at Nova, but certainly like some of the other radio stations at the moment, like, well, I won't get into media politics by saying anything about anyone, but rationalisations and so forth, consolidating of things in head office. Imagine if someone from a rival network, you know, because they're much more flint-hearted than the generous and decent people running Nova, but someone might go, you know, that Golden Sack truck I've got in Adelaide, it's become quite popular and people talk to the sack truck. they send messages to the sack truck. The sack truck nominates them for things. If we just could somehow find a way of giving the sack truck a voice, because it already has a personality, why are we paying these two idiots figures that are vastly lower than anything predicted by the Adelaide Advertiser to come in every morning to do radio?
Wouldn't that be an indictment, though, if a rival radio executive said, I want to poach from the FIVEAA breakfast show? And they say, well, who are we getting? Who are you going to make an offer to?
Not that Penberthy guy who ums and ahs all the time.
No, not David. The golden sack truck.
Yeah.
And then suddenly we're listening to, and on SAFM, it's, Pete, Steve and the sack truck.
Yeah, well, I was just going to say, like, I could imagine a world...
Sacky, they'd call him.
Well, I know if it was on FM, they'd call him Sacky.
Yeah.
But no, if it was the evil bean counters running 5AA, it'd be breakfast with Will and the sack truck. And I'd be gone.
Sounds like sports show host, the sack truck. Anyway, I'm not trying to do Rowie or Timmy out of a gig either. We are awarding the golden sack truck before 7 o'clock this morning.
Roo Ditson the sack truck.
There you go. Now you're talking.
Roo Ditson Sacco.
Sacco.
What do you make of a Sacco?
8223000 with the golden sack truck nomination this morning. I think I was just counting the list. We've got 7 or 8 nominations for...
imagine if the sack truck appeared on 2GB 20 years ago with Alan Jones.
Jonesy and the sack truck.
Have you ever seen a more incompetent and inept Labor government than this one? I didn't think so.
That's how we go.
I may listen to that, actually. That sounded all right.
Alan and the sack truck.
So golden sack truck nominations, get them coming in. You've got 10 minutes left, 8223000, government stuff-ups at any level. This is an interesting concept that the AMA are putting forward with regard to how we licence and monitor the use of e-bikes. Obviously, incredibly popular at the moment. I think a lot of drivers will have had that weird out-of-body experience you have when you're driving along at 60 and suddenly see an e-bike cruise up next to you. But the way in which they're policed for younger people is of particular interest to the AMA. Dr. Peter Subramaniam, the state president, joins us. Dr. Subramaniam, good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning.
Dr. Subramaniam, I must say, when I hear things like this, I instinctively go, isn't it a good thing that kids are outside? Isn't it a bit sort of school marmish that we're fretting about it? But 2 points, I think. One is these are different from normal bicycles, and the injuries are way worse. And second, they're not even really that good a form of exercise when you've got them in electric mode anyway, are they?
Well, I think that's something that we want to make sure we're not projecting in what we're saying about the legitimate use of e-bikes. Getting kids out is important. And anything that encourages kids to, leave their screens and get out to the outdoors is a good thing. And e-bikes also have a role to play in terms of the environment. But what we're really talking about is ensuring that we've got the right framework in place so that we don't, the kids can't harm themselves. And the evidence isn't something that, we've sort of come up with. The evidence is actually there. As you said in your introduction, there's a lot of e-bikes around. Couple of things is that we know that we're seeing more traumatic brain injuries with people who use e-bikes than conventional bikes. And that would make sense because, these things are supposed to be limited at 25 kilometers an hour, but we are aware that there are ways in which you can, either add an additional power or you get rid of the speed limiter. And that's the faster you travel, the more likely you're going to injure yourself. The problem is that we need to have compliance, not just, setting a standard, but compliance as well. And kids between, under the age of 16, if they get in trouble with an e-bike, their risk of really badly hurting themselves is higher, which is why we think we should limit it. This is not a normal bicycle. And I think you should be not allowed to ride it until you're of an age where you can control a powered vehicle.
What age would you say? Same as driving a car? 16?
Yeah, I think that we've looked around in what other countries have been doing, because e-bikes have been in Europe for a lot longer than they have been here. And in some European countries, they've actually limited the age to 14. We think here a minimum riding age of 16, which is what Western Australia have already done, and New South Wales are heading to, would make sense. And I think it's the reason why, WA and NSW have gone there is because they've kept data on people turning up to the emergency department.
Yeah, right.
And I think that's the key thing as well. It's important that we say, please get on your bike, wear a helmet, ride safely. And, of course, in South Australia, you could ride on the footpath as well.
Which is ridiculous.
That is a concern to us if you're travelling at, in fact, it should be 10 kilometres an hour. But I can tell you, I've got personal experience walking down King William Road and finding myself, almost, in an emergency department myself with an e-bike just coming past me.
Well, I think
pretty sure it wasn't 10 kilometres an hour.
No, and we'd always love to hear from our listeners on this because I reckon a lot of them would have had close shaves or even worse themselves. Thank you for that, Dr. Peter Subramaniam, the AMA State President.
I actually had a great run-in with some... whenever talks about good run-ins with cyclists the other day, I was out for a run on a very narrow path and a group of cyclists were trying to get past and someone dinged the bell and I thought, oh, well. And when you're running ahead and there's people coming from behind, you've got no idea how many there are. And these group of old blokes, it was like with military precision. The first one goes past me, 5 of us, mate. And
really?
I went, what? And I'm in a daze. Then the next guy goes past, there's a couple more to come. And they're all a bit spread out. I'm the second last one, mate, says the last guy. The last guy goes, you're all good, mate. We're all through. I was like, every one of the most courteous group of bike riding blokes I've ever seen in my life. Older guys. And I thought,
what were you doing there?
I was running.
Oh, okay.
I was cruising along.
Yeah, right.
As one of our listeners has texted us.
You got caught running.
I got caught.
Not that it's embarrassing.
It is the way I do it.
How you run.
It is the way I do it, I can tell you. Gary.
You like
that? Not exactly.
Did you take your gymnast ribbon with you?
Not exactly. Gary at Salisbury's called in with an odd idea. Gary, good morning.
Yeah, it's all about the golden sack truck.
Yeah.
When I was a delivery driver, I used to call mine Justin. So I'd take it with me all the time, just in case I needed it.
Justin, the golden sack truck. Don't mind that at all, Gary. Well, he's got his own headset and microphone, so Justin will be with us shortly.
Over there.
Michael Efron is at the Weather Bureau this morning. Michael, Friday and the weekend ahead, how's it all looking?
Good morning, David and Will. Pretty settled today. We do have a nice sunrise. We are headed for a partly cloudy top of 20 degrees. That high cloud building a little bit later today. But for Saturday, pretty settled once again. The slight chance of a shower most likely later in the day, a low of 13, a top of 21. But then we do see the showers building on Sunday, expecting it around 5 millimetres, a low of 13, a top of 18. And then the showers look like continuing into next week, Monday, a low of 10, a top of 18, again around 5 millimetres expected. And then a few showers each day for next week, temperatures around 19 degrees.
Good stuff, Michael. Thanks for that. Michael Efron there from the Weather Bureau.
All right, Senior Constable Scott James is at SAPOL. Scott, a man's been arrested for driving disqualified in Dover Gardens.
Yes, that was right. Just after midnight this morning, officers from Traffic Services branch spotted a Kia sedan on Neath Avenue at South Brighton. Patrols followed the vehicle onto Quintus Terrace at Dover Gardens, where the driver abandoned the vehicle and ran away on foot. Dog ops were quickly on scene, and police dog Arlo located the suspect hiding in play equipment in a nearby reserve. And that was an 18-year-old man from Brighton. He was arrested and charged with disqualified driving. He was then drug tested and provided a positive drug test of methamphetamine. So he was bailed to Christie's Beach Magistrates Court on the 9th of July and may face further charges pending the results of that drug test.
Yeah, all sounds pretty predictable. Scott, also a drink driver's been caught in Camden Park.
Yeah, so just after 10 p.m. last night, patrol stopped the white Toyota utility on the Anzac Highway and submitted the driver to a breath test, which returned a positive result of 0.195, which is almost 4 times the legal limit. The 33-year-old man from Warradale was reported for drink driving. He lost his licence for 12 months and we impounded his car for 28 days. Just a timely reminder for motorists that drink and drug driving is one of the fatal 5 causes of death and serious injuries in South Australian roads, and just don't drink drive.
Yeah, absolutely. Be good if it got through everybody's head. Thanks for that, Scott, and have a good weekend. Senior Constable Scott James from SAPOL.
10 minutes to 7, we're awarding the Golden Sack Truck on the other side of this break. If you've got a late nomination for government stuff up at local state or federal level, let us know. Otherwise, I think I was just looking at the nominations. We've got 7 or 8 that we're going to go through right after this.
Thanks, Will, and morning, David. At Gillis Plains, urgent electrical works, North East Road near Crane Junction Road, Hillbank, Caboose Water Main North Road near Hogarth Road. Slow going South Road, Edwardstown. The old bitumen's been ripped up there, so pretty bumpy for the drive-in today. And starting to build the Porter Expressway, Port Adelaide. Camera trim upright at Seaton. This May, the Starlight Foundation is asking people across Australia to dig deep to help make hospitals a happier place for sick kids. Donate today at starlight.org.au. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Is the endless loop of sleepless nights and unproductive days making you feel moody? Introducing Caruso's Saffron Plus L-theanine. Caruso's Saffron Plus L-theanine relieves stress, supports mental focus and clarity, improves sleep quality, and helps you to maintain a healthy emotional balance. So if you're ready for restful nights and productive days, try Caruso's Saffron Plus L-theanine today. Comes with a money-back guarantee and is available from leading pharmacies and health stores.
Honey, have you seen my shirt?
It's on the ironing board. Kids, charge your phones, please.
This everyday slice of life is powered by Solar Power Direct, providing solar and home battery storage to families all over South Australia. With Solar Power Direct, life goes on. Visit South Australia's largest renewable energy showroom at 314 Torrens Road, Croydon Park. solarpowerdirect.com.au.
Outdoor living is part of the Australian way of life. A quiet coffee in the morning or a backyard barbecue with friends on the weekend. Alpha Industries helps create those spaces to relax and entertain with fully welded verandas, carports, sheds and studios designed to suit your home. From modern curved styles to classic heritage gables, everything is custom built using genuine Australian blue scope steel for strength and durability. Explore the range and ask for a quote today at alphaindustries.com.au.
One of the best things about South Australia is there's so much of it. Fortunately, getting a parcel from one side to the other is easy with Stateliner. Sure, Stateliner have a fleet of modern, comfortable buses, but they'll also carry freight across the state for you. Affordable rates and your parcel goes on the next available bus. From the city to Port Pirie, Whyalla and Port Augusta, Ceduna and Port Lincoln, the Riverland, Mount Gambier and many towns in between. Get your parcel moving quickly. Put it on the Stateliner bus.
Hello, this is Curbstone Motors. Yes, I know Preface is on at Hyundai. No, I didn't know approved business applicants can get 2.99% per annum finance on in-stock new and demonstrator Staria loads. But we have balloons.
Enjoy great deals without the gimmicks at Hyundai Preface. On now at participating Hyundai dealers. Ends June 30. Minimum $6,000 deposit. Maximum term 48 months. T's and C's, fees, charges and lending criteria apply. Hyundai Capital Australia Proprietary Limited. Australian Credit Licence 554051.
Knock down, build 2 with Metro Homes. Move into one and keep the other as an investment. Metro Homes, they do it all for you.
David Penberthy and Will Goodings, 5AA Breakfast.
6 to 7, a little bit of history about our newest award on 5AA Breakfast, the Golden Sack Truck, awarded after the Charles Sturt Council fined Heart and Soul, a charity delivering food to the hungry, the needy, the starving, for having one tyre on a yellow line. And in the process, they said, look, we kind of get it. The truck, it was in a position that was unsafe for the driver to unload. We're still fining you, but what we'll give you are 3 sack trucks. And so the Golden Sack Truck was born. And here it is in the studio with us to announce the inaugural winner of the Golden Sack Truck, awarded to governments who just have gotten it wrong.
Yeah. And with the added layer of sort of priggishness that the Charles Sturt Council... Well, we have come up with a compromise. Firstly, they're going to have to come to driver education classes, and they're also going to get some sack trucks. But no, they're still paying the fine. That was just exquisitely done, wasn't it?
So let's do it. Golden Sack Truck time.
Nothing left to make me feel small.
It looks magnificent, by the way, on the YouTube live stream. All right. Let's get into some nominations, shall we? The Golden Sack Truck nomination comes through from an anonymous source from the Mitcham Council for closing Winston Avenue to do roadworks between Caulfield Avenue and Edward Street, forcing traffic through the narrow side streets while you've got South roadworks going on.
Beautiful. I've got a couple of quick ones here. Tim, he nominated the Victorian government for approving the Dan Andrews statue. Quentin nominated the Feds for increasing funding to uni in the budget, but not to the vocational education sector. And another one here with no name just had a broader nomination for the justice system in its totality.
Andrew's got a nomination for the Adelaide Parklands Association. I guess they qualify as a sort of tier of government for failing to move the possum nest boxes and some trees that were earmarked to be cleared. Nick says Albo would win it almost every week. I'm not sure that's a nomination. We'll have to get specific with them over the course of time. But, Nick, we appreciate the sentiment all the same. Nathan says the Holdfast Bay Council, they are notorious for dishing out parking fines. Well, he says he's a contract of SA Power Networks. This was a great nomination. He says, my work vehicle, fully signed as an SA Power Networks vehicle, parked in a loading zone reserved for people like me. I was there for 3 minutes. Got a parking fine, parking ticket. The offence, stopping in a loading zone. Gobsmacked, says Nathan.
Now, that is hard to beat, but Marty, I reckon, is in the hunt too. Marty's got photos of this, which he's going to send in. He got fined for spending 4 seconds in a no standing zone. 4 seconds, 1, 2, 3, 4, outside the Royal Copenhagen on Jetty Road. This was a few months back. He was trying to find a park, couldn't find one, of course, because, you know, the part of the Glenelg upgrade, they decided to get rid of a lot of the car parks. So he drove around 15 minutes, did a drop and run in front of Royal Copenhagen. The result was I was photographed and fined $120 for stopping for 4 seconds.
4 seconds?
He's down from Kapunda. Thought it'd be nice to go to the bay.
Some wonderful nominations for the Golden Sack Truck this week, which means all we've got left to do is announce the winner. And the winner of the inaugural Golden Sack Truck for this week will be announced by the Golden Sack Truck. Are we calling it Justin?
Are we going to announce it right now?
Yeah. Now, it's Justin, his name.
Should we call it Justin? Do we want to give it a name?
The Golden Sack Truck. It's over to you.
Hey, it's me, the Golden Sack Truck. This week's winner of the very generous Skip Bin voucher, courtesy of Allied Waste Services, is Nathan. Nathan told us about the silly parking fine he got down at the bay. Well done, Nathan.
God, that looks funny. Look at all this on the live stream.
Watching the YouTube live stream of the Sack Truck is the stupidest thing we've ever done in the history of the program.
I love it.
But that was excellent.
It's already got its own personality.
Yeah, it really does. See, I've got a bit of it's American, which I didn't realise. I thought it would have been Chinese.
We should get it a beer at the end of the show, a Friday knockoff. For its first week.
I think that would be excellent.
What do you reckon?
So the Golden Sack Truck, thank you. That was tremendous work there on Mike 5. And big thanks to Rob too for not only coming up with the Golden Sack Truck idea, but giving us the first prize, a voucher for a 7 cubic metre waste skip, courtesy of Allied Waste Services. It's coming your way, Nathan, for your run-in with the Holdfast Bay Council. Congratulations to them, the winner of the inaugural Golden Sack Truck.
5AA Breakfast is streaming live right now. To watch, simply head to 5AA on Facebook or YouTube. Knock down, build 2 with Metro Homes. Move into 1 and keep the other as an investment. Metro Homes, they do it all for you.
David Penberthy and Will Goodings, 5AA Breakfast.
5AA News is coming up in just a moment. On the other side of it, we are going to be talking with Mark McGill from Variety. We'll award some Best of SA tickets as well if you want to get along to our big night of nights. Michael Packy and Rowie. Looking forward to Rowie this morning. Do a couple of texts, David, I think.
There's been a collective nomination for the girls from Ipanema, the 3 mayors who went overseas to Rio last year for the climate summit, not the big one that didn't come to Adelaide.
Yes.
Well, why not? We'll throw them in the mix for next week. We've got a bus driver here from Woodcroft who also wants to give Mitcham Council a mention for just how poorly designed some of the streets are around Winston Avenue for getting a bus through. And I tell you what I reckon, Will? This is something the guys will really get into this afternoon. The text line is great, isn't it? Because it's unfettered feedback.
It certainly is.
In real time about exactly what people think on political issues, court judgments. and footy. It feels different this morning, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's got an edge to it.
Yeah. A lot of people who have been content with the status quo and have seen status quo and have seen a lot of people have seen the vision, are starting to.
We've seen this before.
Yeah, they're starting to waver on the direction of the Adelaide Football Club. But
what about that killer stat? Someone's way down the bottom now, but paraphrasing. Oh, here we go. Guys, we've lost to ladder positions 2, 3, 4, 7 and 10. Our wins have come against 9, 11, 12, 14, 16 and 18. That's where we're at.
Yeah, and well said. Stephen Rowe will have his thoughts shortly.
The news and information that matters. This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
20 degrees today with the 7 o'clock news. Good morning, I'm Jess Adamson.
Bring your event to life in a venue where it all comes together. Search Adelaide Convention Centre.
A Warradale man's lost his licence after blowing almost 4 times the legal limit. Police say the 33-year-old in a white ute was pulled over on Anzac Highway just after 10 last night. It's alleged he blew .195. His car's been impounded for 28 days. A man's been arrested over child sex offences in the northern suburbs. The 57-year-old has been charged with possession of child exploitation material and breaching his bail conditions. He was refused bail and will face court today. 11 Australians taken into custody during an aid mission to Gaza are expected to be released shortly. Gabrielle Hodson has more.
The group of 11 Australian citizens taken into custody by Israeli authorities on Monday say they were part of the global Samud flotilla aid mission to Gaza. The group calls itself a civilian-led international initiative bringing together activists, medical professionals and humanitarian advocates. The Australians are being taken by bus to an airport in southern Israel where they'll reportedly board flights to Istanbul. It's hoped that at the airport the group will be able to contact loved ones and consular officials for the first time. Parents say they've had no updates after 3 days in custody.
The Albanese government is reportedly open to a reversal or amendment on a proposal to tax some discretionary trusts. Labor sources have told SMH The Age a month-long consultation on the trust changes is being planned. The government is, however, expected to attempt to push its CGT and negative gearing changes through Parliament by July. The Australian government has announced a $7.2 million package in response to a spreading diphtheria outbreak. Infection prevention and control experts say the outbreak of the vaccine-preventable disease is alarming. Sunshine Coast University's Dr. Matt Mason says he's pleased the new funding targets 2 critical areas.
First is rolling out of the vaccination program and treatment through the Australian Critical Care and Trauma team up in Darwin, but more importantly for money that has been set aside to work with the Aboriginal Community Controlled Organisation to ensure that the response to this outbreak is culturally appropriate.
Scientists have taken video of a type of immune cell which eats live skin cancer cells and stops tumours from growing. After consuming the melanoma, the cells alert the wider immune system to the threat, which mobilises defence systems. Researchers from the Garvan Institute hope the breakthrough will lead to new treatments that destroy drug-resistant tumours. Iran has expanded the no-go zone around the Strait of Hormuz, defying the US to take it. President Donald Trump says he won't give up until the strait is open.
We want it open. We want it free. We don't want tolls.
Can they keep their highly enriched uranium?
No. We get the highly enriched. We will get it. We don't need it. We don't want it. We'll probably destroy it after we get it, but we're not going to let them have it.
It's National Walk Safely to School Day. Education Minister Lucy Hood says it's an easy way to embrace road safety and well-being at the same time.
You don't necessarily have to walk all the way. You can always just park your car a couple of blocks away from the school and then wander the rest of the way there. And this is about, making sure that kids are active and learning the benefits of walking to school, but also around road safety as well.
Turning to 5AA Sport.
Huge price drop on new Mitsubishi ASX from $34,990 drive away. Agostino Mitsubishi, Nailsworth and Mawson Lakes.
Tom ran a frustrating night in Tassie.
Oh, wasn't it just, Jess? So close, but yet so far. Unfortunately, the story of the season, Adelaide's players to arrive home today following last night's disappointing 9-point loss against Hawthorn in Launceston. Complicating matters, Isaac Rankin missed much of the second half with a calf injury. He'll need to be assessed, while Calamachi hurt his thumb. Now, although he returned to play out the match, Coach Matthew Nicks admits he was in a fair degree of discomfort.
I assume there'll be an X-ray, and concerning for us, concerning for Cal, that just can't take a trick at the moment. He was able to play it out, but he had a guard on there at the end and couldn't feel it, so made it tough to execute.
Midfielder James Peatling also suffered a nasty knock to his face, although he should be okay to resume following next week's bye. Port, meantime, has made 3 changes for tomorrow night's match against Carlton. Josh Lai is back in, along with Todd Marshall and Jacob Ware, while Lockie Jones is injured and Will Lorenz and Dante Visentini have been dropped. Mixed results for Australia's tennis players overnight. Daria Kasatkina lost a tight 3-setter against Romania's Jacqueline Christian. That was in her quarter-final clash in Strasbourg. Alexei Popyrin also lost his quarter-final at the Geneva Open to Casper Ruud, but it was better news for Alex de Minaur, who's into the semi-finals of the Hamburg Open after he beat Luciano Darderi in straight sets. In basketball, the Oklahoma City Thunder have levelled up their Western Conference Finals series against the San Antonio Spurs. That's at 1 game apiece now, following a hard-fought 122 to 113-point win in Game 2. And 1 game in the IPL overnight, the Gujarat Titans have all but assured they'll finish in the top 2 after destroying the Chennai Super Kings by 89 runs. And that's the 5AA Sport.
Thanks, Tommy. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Morning there at Darlington, a breakdown on the Southern Expressway near Seacombe Road. But good news this morning, no great delays. Gillis Plains, urgent electrical works, North East Road near Green Junction Road, and a boost water main at Hillbank, Main North Road near Hogarth Road. Busy South Road, Edward Sound, slow Main North Road at Enfield with a camera Midway Road, Elizabeth Downs. Arriscar Friends exclusive winter sale ends today. Save 50% off full price pillows. Exclusions apply. See conditions online. Harriscarf, great brands, great prices. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast. 20 is the top today, becoming cloudy, partly cloudy, and 21 tomorrow. Showers at 18 on Sunday, 18 with a shower or 2 for Monday. Right now it's 12 degrees on 5AA, always Adelaide.
Streaming live via the 5AA Player app on DAB Digital Radio and on 1395 AM. This is 5AA, always Adelaide.
Knock down, build 2 with Metro Homes. Move into 1 and keep the other as an investment. Metro Homes, they do it all for you.
David Penberthy and Will Goodings, 5AA Breakfast.
8 after 7, still recovering from the inaugural Golden Sack Truck Award and hearing from the Sack Truck, which if you missed it, you're going to have to download the podcast and go back and listen to, because that was...
Welcome aboard. It's good to have a new member of the team.
It is, isn't it?
I call him Sacky.
Sacky. Came within budget, Sacky, just $39 plus gold spray paint.
Well, in these impecunious economic times.
Exactly right. These austere times. We have a meat tray to give away. Speaking of austerity, the meat tray goes a long, long way. You could probably get a meat tray for a week, I reckon. Afterwards, you'll get meals out of it. Especially a great meat tray like that, which comes from Sam and the team at Windsor Meats, Stokely Street at Melbourne. We're asking you this morning to come up with ideas to give David Penberthy on his birthday, which is today. So, what present would you like to give him? For example, to give you some, I'll just give you the listeners a little bit of insight. You can get him something that you think he would really like. Or you could be like Joe. Joe said, I'm just gift wrapping the 56 minutes that the Crows didn't score a goal last night. It should be there by 9 a.m.
Excellent.
Thank you for that, Joe. That's magnificent.
You know, the moment that damn game finished, I said to Kate, stuff this for a joke. Let's watch something that will immediately reprogram our minds. So I put the TV onto the YouTube and said, let's watch, because she's a big George Michael fan. So I said, I'm going to play one of your favourite songs, which is his duet with Elton John, Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me. But you know when you watch things on YouTube and you just go down these rabbit holes?
Yes.
And then I thought, it's a great live video, but let's do other great live videos. And I reckon the best live video of all time, and it makes me cry watching it. I just find it so emotional. We just played it coming out of the 7 o'clock news, Born to Run.
Oh.
You know that wide shot in New Jersey?
Yeah.
Of the crowd?
Yeah, it's
There's like thousands of people, all of them arms going side to side. After the big build-up bit, the highway jams with Broken Heroes on Last Chance Power Drive. It's just such a great bit of music.
Yeah, it is. Just sensational. All right, let's talk about the Bash. Mark McGill, the CEO of Variety, joins us because, Mark, it sounds like you guys have been poring over maps on big tables to try and work out how you're going to get this thing moving, given the rain we've had in large parts of the country. Good morning to you.
Good morning, boys. How are we? Happy birthday, Pembo.
Oh, thanks, Mark. Yeah, no big deal. 57, whatever. Thank you.
Heinz varieties.
Yeah, that's right, exactly. Beans, the musical fruit. We did this as a Breaking at 8 a few weeks ago, didn't we? And
we did with our 4-wheel drive. So we're not having a 2026 hasn't been at that kind so far. But anyway, so we've had to postpone our 4-wheel drive, which was going, if you recall, was going up to Gari at Fraser Island.
Yeah.
Because of our fuel supply issues. But this is a different challenge in terms of our mighty bash that was going to, I guess the highlight was Birdsville. Now, you guys will be aware that between Maree and Birdsville there's a new inland sea.
Yeah.
That without being too flippant, that at some points, the Department of Transport are saying there's roads that may not ever be opened again. So we had to make and as it says, pivot to Piri. We had to make a call because, this is sort of 15 months' work that the bash takes to develop. So we got our skates on, as you say, put the maps over the bonnet, and we're taking off from Piri. The date's the same on 8th of August, so looking forward to it.
I tell you what, like in terms of the business activity for small businesses on Eyre Peninsula, a lot of whom were knocked around last year by the algal bloom and so on, they'll be pretty happy to see you all, I reckon, Mark.
Oh, Pemo, it's enormous. And it's, with this, it's not too distant memory that the drought, had affected the Eyre Peninsula as well. So I think from there's not a mayor or a bakery or that's not going, or I should say pub as well, Botlow, that's not going to be absolutely rubbing their hands together, because the economic benefit that the bash creates, and not only that from a financial perspective, but just the goodwill and the spirit of 400 people coming into these small regional townships and cities injects a lot of money and a lot of goodwill. And also, we do make tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of grants from our fundraising into these communities as well.
Yeah. No, it's great that you found a way to do it, Mark. And and Pembo, honestly, great credit to our team, great credit to our volunteers who consistently just front up and take the challenge on board. And we'll have to. I'm looking at the itinerary, and the Corn to Kimber, a couple of days in Streaky Bay is going to be hard to take. Woodner, Port Lincoln, and then Cleve, and then we finish in Port Pirie. No, it's a terrific route, Mark, and it's such a terrific event. Raises so much money for such an important charity. Thank you for coming on, mate. And
thanks, guys.
You're always welcome any time, because we do anything we can to get behind Variety here on the Brecky Show. Mark McGill, the CEO of Variety SA.
It is David's birthday today, the 22nd of May, and for the meat tray, we're coming up with presents for him. Thanks to Sam and the team, Windsor Meats, Doothie Street at Malvern. If you'd like to win the meat tray, come up with a creative present for David Penber, the 8223 0000, or text us on 0480 08 1395.
You know what annoys me? That your birthday's in July.
It doesn't annoy me.
You're never on air for it.
It's fantastic.
Always during the 2-week break.
That's how I like to live anonymously.
We've never, ever done anything for your birthday.
And long may that
I think we should do.
May that continue.
Mental note: before we take a break, let's do the
no, let's not.
Like the monarch.
No.
Like King Charles. It's not King Charles's birthday in 2 weeks' time. We just say that it is.
Good to have him still with us, the King, after that mess up on Caroline Radio in the UK.
Crikey. Thought he was dead. I'd never heard of that radio station before.
No.
The reason for that. Not very accurate.
They need to update their computer system.
Joining us now, the Queen Mother. Hang on. No, we can't get her.
It is interesting. I did think that story yesterday, the idea that they all have to have a protocol in case the monarch dies, in an era where, as we said yesterday, you could slap up that bit of... I mean, we had the Golden Sack truck. That idea was generated during the segment, and the Golden Sack truck was talking by the end of it.
I'm glad... I saw on your excellent news service on the television last night, Will, Channel 7, I was watching a bit of free-to-air. When I said yesterday I had a vague memory of Australian newspapers stuffing up the Queen Mother story and AAP getting it wrong.
It was a snippet, wasn't it?
Yeah,
the tear off of the newspaper column.
Yeah. It's amazing the things that stay in your mind. I was glad I got that one right. You know, one that apparently I got wrong because she had been in the mix. Apparently, the governorship is still wide open.
Oh,
even though Natasha had been canvassed, and I think spoken to. Apparently, there's no decisions been made yet, so it's still up for grabs. Could be our man, the commissioner,
still in play.
Still in play.
Well, fresher for victory over the incumbent governor of South Australia.
This is it. Maybe
Francis Adamson. Maybe, I think, wouldn't that be something? So that would mean at this point in time, the leading contenders to become the next governor of South Australia are Grant Stevens and Travis Head's moustache.
It's none of it's a slight on Natasha Stott-Despoja, but I think there's logistical reasons, or maybe she's got other work commitments. Who knows? But,
okay.
But apparently, it's still very much a live discussion around who it is.
16 after 7, 8223 0000 is the number for the meat tray. If you've got a nomination for something that David should get for his birthday.
A lot of nice texts. A lot of people saying Mexican cookbooks.
Yes.
Always in the market for another Mexican cookbook, that's for sure.
This is interesting. As someone said, I think Radio Caroline's related to The Boat That Rocked, the pirate radio station back from 40 or 50 years ago. The terrific movie that was the comedy about, but that phenomenon where you couldn't play rock music, could you? It was banned. You couldn't get a license to broadcast rock music in the UK. And so they'd set up ships that would broadcast from out at sea where there was no jurisdiction from the broadcast authorities.
Yeah, awesome.
That's fascinating. Thank you to that texter.
081395. I think this text might be from my mum. It says, give him a hairbrush. Point taken.
Thank you, Mrs. Penberthy. 17 after 7.
Morning there. Roads are looking really good for the run-in today. Wrecks and breakdown free. Really light traffic, so touch wood it stays like that for a while for your drive to work. Got works at West Beach to look out for today. Tapley's Hill Road near Burbridge Road. A little bit sluggish at the moment at Kensington Gardens for works. That's Kensington Road near West Terrace. And getting busy at the moment, South Road, Edward Sound, just in front of Castle Plaza. Camera at Port Road, Cheltenham. It's end of financial year at Beaumont Tiles with up to 26% off selected wall and floor tiles. Be quick, shop Beaumont in store or online now. T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
5AA Mornings with Graham Goodings.
The battle over fracking in the southeast is no longer just about gas. It's become very political, emotional and tribal. I must say, drill baby drill, but not at any cost. And the southeast is a particularly fragile area. That is why it was quarantined in the first place, surely.
Graham Goodings.
Of course you wouldn't. Let's be reasonable about this. The southeast is a particular case.
Weekday mornings from 9 on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
20 years ago, FIVEAA Milk Company was formed with a simple purpose: to give South Australians the freshest quality milk, farmed by the best SA dairy families. Keep it local, keep it real, keep farming families farming. 20 years on, FIVEAA Milk Company produces over 17 million litres of milk every year, supporting 9 SA dairy families and employing over 100 South Australians. Look for local FIVEAA Milk Company products at your supermarket and let's keep a good thing going.
There's a better way to choose your next car. Not bumper to bumper, but vineyard to vineyard. Come to Barossa Auto Group and test drive Ford, Volkswagen, Honda or Kia, where the road opens up. And the drive means everything. Take a country test drive. We'll even buy you lunch to make a day of it. T's and C's apply. Barossa Auto Group, Tanunda and Nuri Utpa.
If you're thinking of building or renovating your kitchen, you have a lot of choices to make, but the first choice should be Smeg. We have an amazing Smeg showroom right here in Adelaide. Deputy Distributors, they're in Dudley Park, and inside you'll find the full Smeg range on display.
Now, you'll know about the range. Fantastic. Ovens, cooktops, dishwashers, fridges, wine cellars, kettles, toasters and more. Smeg seamlessly pairs powerful performance with architectural design. I've got to say, though, the thing that makes dealing with Deputy Distributors unique is that they are so incredibly thorough. They're such great people to deal with. They're prompt. They're incredibly well organised. I just got a new cooktop because my other one cacked itself, and the dishwasher went at the same time too. I've fully Smegified my kitchen. This is quality stuff at an affordable price. Proudly made in Italy since 1948, and the best people in the business to get it from, Deputy Distributors. Go and see their Smeg showroom today. If you buy an oven, they'll give you a free cooking demo as well. Great people. Harrison Road, Dudley Park.
Great things begin with the right space. A space to work, a space to store, a space to create. Right now, build the space you've always wanted with Olympic Industries sheds, garages and outdoor storage designed for Australian lifestyles. Visit one of Olympic Industries' inspiration centres today and bring your space to life. Start something with the Olympic Industries sale. On now.
For those whose pool is the main feature of their yard, Walco offer a special mesh cover to keep debris and leaves out while making your pool area look stunning all through winter. Join the great cover-up and ask Walco about their stylish new mesh pool covers. Walco.com.au.
You can rent a little, you can rent a lot.
You can rely on Red Spot to keep Aussie airport rentals fair. We're the only car rental company who have kept our prices low during the fuel crisis. And we're the only Aussie-owned and operated choice in major airport terminals all over the country. Experience the local service that saw us named Product Review's 2026 Car Hire Service of the Year. For a deal you can rely on, book your next rental direct at redspot.com.au today or call 1300 66 8810.
Red Spot.
Rosanna Mangiarelli here from 7 News. Join me and Will Goodings for Adelaide's leading news hour, 7 News, tonight at 6 o'clock.
Knock down, build 2 with Metro Homes. Move into one and keep the other as an investment. Metro Homes, they do it all for you.
David Penberthy and Will Goodings, 5AA Breakfast.
22 after 7, a little bit later today with Stacey Lee after 3 o'clock. Chris Jarma will be in Pyjamas Kitchen. That always feels like the unofficial start of the weekend.
Yeah.
That's that segment for Foodie Friday. Building or renovating, your first choice should be visiting the Smeg showroom at Debney Distributors. Taste the difference with Smeg and Pals. Now, we have in our hands 2 tickets to our Best of SA dinner, which is coming up on the 12th of June. And in the process, we are profiling some great South Australian businesses like Explorer Caravans.
Today we're shining a light on Explorer Caravans. Explorer Caravans offers a complete caravan experience. Australian-made vans, expert advice and everything handled in one place. And joining me today from Explorer Caravans is Daniel Benson. Daniel, Explorer is Australia's largest Franklin, Viscount and Titanium dealer. What's driven that growth?
I think it's the family service that's driven that growth. The biggest thing for us is providing a quality product that we actually back and use, putting our names to brands that we can actually trust and believe in. It makes it a lot easier selling a product that we've used before, we've known, we've trust. A lot of people these days, they want a quality product, but they also want to be looked after, and that's that family service. As you grow as a family and a business, you start having a lot of repeat customers and referrals, and that comes from a quality product and then exceptional after-sales service, which is what we pride ourselves on.
And why do your customers keep coming back?
Having brands that are Australian-made, exceptional build quality, so Viscount, Franklin are heritage Australian brands. They've been around a long time, and Titanium's arguably the best off-road luxury caravan on the market. When you provide something that ticks every single box, that doesn't have issues, and you look after these people on the road, they're going to start talking about how good Explorer Caravans are to deal with, and they're going to tell their friends. But yeah, that's why people come back. They just like dealing with an Australian family that looks after them like family.
And you get to pat the mascot too.
Yeah, Leo's he's sold quite a few caravans, and I've actually sold a few dogs for my breeder as well. She's loving it. I reckon about 10 now.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for your time, Daniel.
We have a Navigator camping chair and 2 tickets to our Best of SA dinner Friday the 12th of June to give away right now. 8223 0000 is the number to call. Invest in your lifestyle with a caravan from Explorer Caravan Sales. See the range at explorercaravans.com.au.
Stephen Rowe on 5AA Breakfast.
Certainly not the result we wanted last night, but a game it feels like we've seen before. Stephen Rowe, good morning to you.
Oh, Pembo and Will, good morning. Look, I was a tad agitated, I must say, and more than frustrated post-game, as were our callers with the Crows lost to Hawthorn last night. It did have a touch of the same as the way they lose. And again, they're beaten by what They clearly know. Now, here's the thing, and this is going to surprise both of you, Pembo and Will. The dust has settled. I've woken up early this morning, and I'm choosing a less travelled path for me, a path of positivity, faith and hope for the Crows after the bye.
That's not the Rowie we know and love. I was hoping you'd be completely bloody irrational.
Our listeners have not woken up choosing peace this morning, by the way, Rowie, just so you got a bit of context.
Look, I know. So can I just phrase it like this? This team, and there's no doubt about that. You ask any coach and every player from other teams, the other 17, they have real fight. They will keep coming, and they did last night.
That, Rowie.
No.
Past fight. That was cool when you were coming 14th.
I know.
This side wants to win premierships. We're going to do better than trying hard.
Listen, let me go on. Fight's a great trait, you know that, and you can build a real foundation of a football club around it. Now, and you're correct. It's a hard thing to hang your hat on week in, week out, year in, year out. And I'm telling you, it's a bloody hard way to play. Okay. Again, I think they lost some players in game. In Isaac Rankin, the week before was Cummings, and there was Tex and Butts. There is clearly a Burjo factor. Now, that's not an excuse, and I'm not knocking the rooster that's in the chair now, but there is a Burjo factor. So we're 6 wins, 5 losses. I'm just painting a picture here. Work with me, guys. We're not shooting out the lights. You're right. We've had form and injury concerns, poor starts, poor quarters, poor games. We haven't played anywhere near close to how we got the ball moving last year, or for 4 quarters. So our losses are 6 points the Dogs, 8 points Cats, 2 points Freo, 9 points Hawks. Now, those 4 games could have gone either way. Would you agree?
Yeah, but if you're playing that game, so too could have the 1 point against Port, the 1 point against St Kilda.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right, and I knew you'd come back with that. But here's the thing. Their best 25 from here can get it done. But there's a couple of things they got to do. And this is all on the coaches. This is on their messaging. This is what they work Monday to Friday. They've got to buy this week. Stop being reactive. If there is one thing that every Crows person tells me, why do we come out shadow box? Why don't we come out and get at the opposition? Run straight back at them. Pick your 4 middies. Make some tough calls. Now, if it's peetling out, it's peetling out. Whatever they is, let's do it. If the big fella, who's our big fella, Curtin, all summer, Dan Curtin, shoot lot, play him. They didn't put him in the midfield till halfway through the third quarter.
Yeah.
They're doing a lot wrong, but they are doing a lot right. So let's give them a bit of hope after the bye, is what I'm saying.
Well, Rob texted us saying...
not over. The season's not over.
No.
Rob texted, who is this person and what have you done with Rowie?
well, here's the thing. Look, you know what? It would have been so easy for me to jump off the top turnbuckle, and Pembo, I knew you'd expect that. But there's 12 games left. They got the bye. They got Cats Thursday night, Dogs at Marvel, Melbourne.
I think the thing is, Rowie, and that texter before who worked out, we've lost to all the top 8 sides and we've beaten all the ones below us. Until such a time as we start beating the Geelongs, beating the Hawthorns, Freos, we're just going to look like a sort of, making up the numbers side. So the next, there can't be another Hawthorn type loss, can there?
Yeah. That's exactly right, and that is exactly right. And that's why I'm saying to you, that little block of football, they've got the Cats Thursday night, Dogs at Marvel on the Thursday, and then Melbourne. After that block of football, we'll see whether they've had any correction. They're playing differently. Last night, they went 1 kick to 1 handball. Now, that's the first time they've done that in 11 weeks. So clearly they know they've got to change a few things. The midfield lose exactly the same way, and it's not as if they're not trying. They're into Lockie Neal. I said this post-game. They're into Zach Barley. They know they need some class through that midfield. Rankin goes down. It could have been a different story with his calf. I mean, honestly, I think that's your story there, is all the soft tissue injuries and not having Burjo at the club. But anyway, there's 12 games left. I choose that road. Now, it's not a road that I'm familiar with, and I'm very uncomfortable with it. I'm sitting in this chair going, well, hang on, Stephen, that's not you. Come off the top turnbuckle. But there's 12 games left, fellas.
Well... We'll like you. We'll believe it when we see it, Rowie. Hey, quickly, you want to talk about the 36ers too,
mate? You're confusing the listeners. They're going.
I'm confusing myself. I'm going to need to go down and have a little sit down.
Hey, Trevor Gleeson, great signing from the
Oh, my goodness me. Yep, great news to drop. I think it's going to be mid-morning. There'll be a presser for the Sixers. Highly rated and highly sought-after NBL coach. He's a 5-time championship winner, Trevor Gleeson. He's going to coach the 36ers. He's going to team up with Bryce Cotton. The two of them won 3 together. Bryce loves him. He loves Bryce. Now, it's not all about the two of them. They've got the list to do it now. Now they've got the coach. An announcement mid-morning. That is absolutely huge. It's huge.
Great news. Good on you, Rowie.
See you guys.
Sayo has called in with a birthday idea for you, David, before the break. Sayo, good morning.
Good morning, guys. We are well on a Friday. I've got a great present for Pembo. Come and join us at the Port Adelaide Cheer Squad for banner making tonight and learn how a real banner's made.
Oh, wow. Sayo. That might be a bit of fun. You guys do a good job. I love your passion. I do.
Sayo's now, we've spoken to Sayo before.
We have.
Head of the...
I think we've interviewed Sayo. We did a segment ahead of one of the away
Head of the Port Cheer Squad.
Games. Yeah. Love the Cheer Squads.
We love our diehard footy fans of all ilk.
I mean, if you're falling in with a bad crowd, at least you sort of...
People are three-dimensional.
Wearing your heart on your sleeve.
All right.
Yeah, no. I do have a lot of affection for a lot of Port people. We've got someone who did a great job for the Port Adelaide Football Club joining us today for Breaking 8. It's a really, 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 really amazing medical story.
Coming up next, though, we're off to the nation's capital to recap the last week in federal politics.
This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
20 degrees today with the 7:30 news. Good morning, I'm Jess Adamson.
Bring your event to life in a venue where it all comes together. Search Adelaide Convention Centre.
A teenager who tried to evade police by hiding in a playground has been tracked down and charged with drug driving. The 18-year-old was spotted on Neath Avenue at South Brighton just after midnight. Patrols followed his Kia sedan into Dover Gardens where he allegedly fled on foot. Police dog Arlo located the Brighton teenager in play equipment in a reserve. He tested positive to methamphetamine and was charged with driving disqualified. He'll face court in July. New Zealand's finance minister is urging Australians upset at the changes to the capital gains tax to take their business across the ditch. Nicola Willis says New Zealand is the place to be at the moment.
New Zealand is a great place for Aussies to invest. No capital gains tax, full stop. We've got a very simple tax system, broad base, low rate. Our inflation's running a bit lower than yours.
A report shows electric vehicle sales in Australia have reached record highs this year, driven by surging fuel prices. EV purchases jumped 65% in the first quarter of 2026 compared to last year. The International Energy Agency report also predicts electric vehicles will account for 30% of global car sales this year. 11 Australians detained by Israeli forces are now in Istanbul after being released and deported. The group was part of a flotilla which was intercepted after breaching Israel's blockade of Gaza. They're being checked over in a Turkish hospital before returning to Australia. Zach Schofield was among the Australian cohort and says he's been subjected to physical and psychological abuse.
We were taken to prison and treated really poorly. Many of us haven't eaten for days. Were denied water for 2 days.
Another group of Australians with links to ISIS are believed to be on their way back to Australia from Syria. It's believed the women and children have left a camp in the country's northeast to travel to Damascus before flying to Australia. The exact timing of the group's journey isn't clear. A quarter of families say they're cutting back on children's sport because of the rising cost of living pressures. A new survey shows parents are ditching everything from swimming lessons to birthdays and other extracurricular activities, including music lessons. Compare Club's Kate Brown says it's causing tension because people don't want their children missing out.
Activities where kids are getting the opportunity to socialise, it's really good for their physical health, mental health and their development. And we're really looking beyond cutting back those sort of luxury extras and really getting into the nitty-gritty now.
Today is the 27th Walk Safely to School Day. The initiative, now a part of Road Safety Week, aims to build regular walking into children's daily routines. Kilkenny Primary is one of the schools taking part. The Pedestrian Council's Harold Scroobies says they have two major objectives.
Number one is to get kids fitter and healthier and more prepared for school. And number two is to teach them road safety.
The major message that we've had all this time is that until they're 10, children must always hold an adult's hand when they're crossing the road.
Now turning to 5AA Sport.
Huge price drop on new Mitsubishi ASX from $34,990 drive away. Agostino, Mitsubishi, Nailsworth and Mawson Lakes.
Here's Tom Wren.
Thank you, Jess. Adelaide will be counting the cost of last night's frustrating 9-point loss against Hawthorn in Launceston. Isaac Rankin was forced from the field with a calf injury while Callum Archie suffered a thumb injury. Now, he played out the match but had to do so with a guard and will have further scans today to work out the full extent of the problem. It's a frustrating result for the Crows, but a good one for the Hawks. Coach Sam Mitchell thrilled with how his side responded after a slow start.
Beaten in every tough aspect of the game. I thought the players adjusted really well. We made a couple of changes at quarter time or just before that, and to their credit, they sort of bought into the way that the game needed to be played. And there was a lot of really good aspects of the last three quarters.
Let's go to tennis. Australians have been dealt a tough draw for the upcoming French Open. Craig Gabriel reports.
Queenslanders Emerson Jones and Adam Wharton received the Tennis Australia reciprocal wildcards and received no other favours. Teenager Jones faces four-time champion Iga Swiatek and Adam Wharton faces Daniil Medvedev. Kim Birrell has Jessica Pegula and Maya Joint faces 28th seed Anastasia Potapova, with Rinky Hijikata up against 24th seed Tommy Paul. Alex Dimino will start against a qualifier. Alexei Poprin, Alia Tomljanovic, Daria Kasatkina, Alexander Vukic and Talia Gibson are among other Australians in the two draws.
And in some really good news in some athletics, South Aussie Aidan Murphy has won the men's 200-metre event at the Oceania Championships in Darwin. Michelle Jenicky took out the women's 100-metre hurdles. And that's the 5AA Sport.
Thanks, Tommy. Let's check the 5AA traffic.
G'day there. Roads looking okay for the run-in today. Accident breakdown free. Beautiful. Just what the doctor ordered, which is nice. Do have a few works to look out for. You find them at Kensington Gardens today. Urgent works there. Kensington Road near West Terrace. A little bit slow South Road through Edwardstown. They got the old bitumen ripped up, so she's pretty bumpy through there. And getting busy Brighton Road, Brighton. Early morning camera 2, trim operated Seaton. Harris-Gar Friends exclusive winter sale ends today. Save 50% off full price scan pan cook sets. Exclusions apply. See conditions online. Harris Scarf, great brands, great prices. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
To the weather now, 20's the top today, becoming cloudy, partly cloudy and 21 tomorrow. Showers and 18 on Sunday, 18 with a shower or two for Monday. Right now it's 12 degrees on 5AA, always Adelaide.
End of financial year sales can be a bit of a puzzle, so make the smart move with Optus and save $600 on the Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra with a device payment plan plus your chosen SIM plan costs. Shop more smart deals on phones, internet and more, all powered by the super-fast Optus network. Ends July 5. Discounted Galaxy S26 Ultra 256GB model is $1,599. Network speeds may vary. Check website for coverage. Terms apply.
Hi, Brady Bitt here for Mawson Lakes Mazda with a little secret of how you can get behind the wheel of a new Mazda. You can unlock their end of financial year deals early. You heard right, we can give them to you right now. That's immediate delivery on all makes, models and colours. Plus low-K demos must go. No gimmicks, just early end of financial year deals and the best customer support for you and your shiny new Mazda. Mawson Lakes Mazda, Salisbury Highway, just a short drive from the city.
Why did the chicken cross the road? To get to Weech's Barossa Valley Egg Noodles. Weech's Noodles use the freshest, best quality Barossa eggs across their handmade range. They've been doing it for over 90 years. From fine ribbon and string noodles to chili, black pepper, spelt ribbon and more. Look for Weech's quality range of Barossa Valley Egg Noodles in the pasta section of your supermarket. 90 years in the making. Devoured in minutes.
Fatty plaque. Sounds nasty, doesn't it? And it is. Fatty plaque is made of cholesterol particles that can accumulate in your arteries and even stop blood flow, contributing to heart attacks, heart failure, stroke and dementia, Australia's biggest killers. Treatments are being developed at SAMRI and they're all game changers. But SAMRI needs donations to help with clinical testing. Visit samri.org.au and help us give plaque the flick. That's samri.org.au.
Celebrate Australian Made Week at Harvey Norman with bonus gift cards. Spend $500 or more on a huge range of Australian made, including selected lounges, dining, bedroom furniture and mattresses, and receive 10% of your purchase price in gift cards. Harvey Norman proudly supports local jobs, communities, skills and craftsmanship. Celebrate Australian Made Week with this huge offer, but be quick. 10% in gift cards ends Monday. Best range, best brands, best prices at Harvey Norman now. Conditions and exclusions apply.
Get saving now with City Discount Tyres. We're offering great deals on the world's top brands in tyres, wheels, suspension and parts. Suitable for four-wheel drives, SUVs and passenger cars, including Falcon, Michelin, Pirelli, Kumho, Hankook and many more. Finance options available. Search citydiscounttyres.com.au and locate your nearest dealer today. City Discount Tyres. We're driven by value.
If you've been thinking about a new kitchen, but not sure where to start at Dream Doors Kitchens Adelaide. They do more than kitchen facelifts. They design and build complete kitchens and custom joinery tailored to your home and your budget. From wardrobes to laundries, vanities to full kitchen renovations, their in-house designers guide you every step of the way. Family owned and trusted across SA. Start with Dream Doors Kitchens Adelaide. Visit dreamdoorskitchens.com.au.
Knock down, build two with Metro Homes. Move into one and keep the other as an investment. Metro Homes, they do it all for you.
David Penberthy and Will Goodings, 5AA Breakfast.
90 minutes to 8. Breaking 8 is not too far away. Feedback Friday after 8:30, of course, and we're going to meat tray to give away thanks to the wonderful people at Windsor Meats on Doothie Street who have been a part of Meat Tray Friday since the very beginning. We're asking you to come up with a perfect birthday present for David Penberthy, who's celebrating his birthday this morning. 8223 text us on 0448 08 1395. And Yuri in Beaumont has got a birthday gift idea. Morning, Yuri.
Oh, geez. Hi, boys.
Yeah, good. Thanks, Yuri.
Happy birthday, Mr. Penberthy, my good friend. How are you? All well? Going well?
I'm very good,
Look,
mate.
a very simple birthday present. If I saw you face to face today, I'd give you a hug and a peck on the cheek. That's from your old mate, Yuri.
On you, mate. That's some presents you can't wrap. That'd be fantastic. It was great bumping into you with the kids the other day too, mate.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, that was fantastic. Yeah, got to see your daughter finally, Sophie, which is good.
Yeah.
I got to say, that's that weird guy from Beaumont. James said, I know him. I've heard him.
Do you know, Jim said that to me. He goes, is that Yuri? So he
Yuri, live in the flesh. Good on you, Yuri. Peck on the cheek for a birthday gift. Thank you. All right, let's head to...
better than an unpredicted increase in capital gains tax.
I was going to say, better than the gifts that have been coming from Canberra recently. Michael Packy is there, our 5AA correspondent. Pack, good morning to you.
Good morning and happy birthday, Pembo.
Thank you, Pack. I'm sick of all this attention, but no, very kind of you to say. Hey, so this national roadshow, the Rolling Elbow and Chalmers roadshow.
Yep.
Do you think they, I know that all of this has to get through the Senate, so there's that part of it.
Yep.
But do you think there's a chance that the government might sniff the breeze on some of these changes and go, actually, we've gone a bit too far here?
Yeah, look, I think that's starting to happen, and I think this is what we were talking about last week when the stuff about the trusts was starting to come out, the 30% tax on the discretionary trusts, which obviously the coalition has gone out there and said this essentially amounts to a death tax by stealth, and I think that campaign has really cut through, and it does seem as though the government will make some changes, at least on the trusts, and potentially take out the discretionary part measure out of the trust legislation. But it'll be interesting to see what they do over the next week when Parliament resumes as to whether or not they decide to go a bit further on the capital gains tax discount changes. There is some suggestions that the tech sector is asking for a carve-out from the capital gains tax changes, but whether or not they decide to support the tech sector but not other businesses, I think that remains to be seen. So I wouldn't be surprised that when it comes to the capital gains changes and the negative gearing changes, I think that they'll probably stay as is, and I think the government will, try and battle through some of the the bad publicity that it's been getting on these changes, but it probably will, it will make some changes on the trusts side of the equation. I know that the government wants to try and get this legislation through by the end of June. That is capital gains and negative gearing. It'll delay changes to trusts, though.
Pat, what's your interpretation of the post-budget polling data that's come through? It seems that people hate the budget, but not so much so that they're going to abandon voting for the Albanese government.
Yeah, I think the polling has been quite interesting, and you're right. All polls that have been released over the past week or so essentially show that people aren't too happy with the budget, but I think what is interesting is that a lot of people are undecided about the budget. There's some people that don't like it, there's fewer that do, but then there's also this really, I think a substantial portion of people that say they're undecided. They don't know what the budget is really going to mean for them. And I think it's because that there's this portion of undecided voters, whether it's in the news poll or whether it's the Resolve or the Red Bridge or whichever poll that you look at, there is this, 30+% of undecided voters, which is why I think that the government's primary vote is holding up, because I think that at this point in time, people are saying, I don't really know how this budget is going to affect me. I know that a lot of people aren't happy. I'm prepared to wait and see what happens and then make my decision as to whether or not I think I'll support the government or, start switching my support to the opposition. I think the only thing that the opposition can take out of the polling is that it does seem that their primary vote is gradually starting to improve. It needs to go a lot further, but it is gradually starting to improve. But the risk in all of this, and as we've discussed on a number of times before, is that one nation support is still very high.
It's a fascinating sort of moment in Australian politics, isn't it, Pac? And it's one that is mirrored exactly in so many countries across Western Europe now, where the putatively right-wing parties, centre-right parties, like the Libs, and more conservative parties like One Nation. And Angus Taylor sort of alluded to this the other day. Given that Labor and the Greens are sort of, in terms of preferences, a de facto coalition anyway, do you think there's going to be tough conversations this term about whether, for the Liberals, maybe One Nation are their new Nationals?
Yeah, look, I think there are going to be those tough conversations, and I think that those tough conversations are going to probably start happening, I would argue, next year. I think that what the Liberals and the Nationals and that coalition is hoping for is that the One Nation surge starts to fizzle out. That's what they're hoping for. However, if the One Nation surge doesn't show any signs of fizzling out, and One Nation remains the second most preferred political movement in Australia after Labor, because generally Labor's got about 30% of the primary vote, and you've got One Nation now in about 25 or 27% of the primary vote, and then it's daylight with the Liberal and the Nationals. I think that if One Nation stubbornly remains in second place and the Liberals and Nationals can't seem to make any inroads, then I do think probably by next year there's going to be some serious conversation about whether or not they go to the 2028 election as a combined entity of the Liberals and Nationals and with the support of One Nation. I think that the Liberals and Nationals are just waiting that little bit longer to see if that One Nation surge is actually going to stick for much longer.
I reckon too, knowing Pauline Hanson pretty well and having been there when she, when you and I got to know each other, Pac, back in the late 90s, when she gave her maiden speech, one thing I would say with total confidence is that whatever happens will be done on Pauline Hanson's terms, because she has there's no love lost between her and the Liberal Party, given that they disendorsed her. She thinks that it was Tony Abbott's doing, that she was jailed. So she's not going to go, all right, well, okay, we accept that we're like a minor party. I actually think, and this is where I reckon, I wouldn't be surprised if Cory Bernardi here in SA runs for Grey at the next federal election. She said on our show 2 weeks ago she's going to run in the lower house. You got Barnaby Joyce looking at doing the same in New England. They're targeting Western Sydney. Like if this happens, and they've gone from 0 to 7 MPs overnight here in SA. Like, if their polling holds up, it's not fanciful to say they could be talking about being the government.
Oh, no, I don't think it's fanciful at all. And well, especially now. And I think that the fact that now when you look at two-party preferred, it's now become Labor One Nation. That's what pollsters are starting to do. It's Labor One Nation, not Labor Coalition.
No.
So look, I do think it's not fanciful, and I do think you're absolutely right that if there is some sort of alliance between the Liberals, Nationals and One Nation, a lot of it will be on One Nation's terms.
Yeah. Amazing. Great stuff, Pack. Always good having you on, mate. Michael Packy, the 5AA camera correspondent.
All right, we're going to check traffic, and then we're jumping into the time machine and flashing back with Michael Smith next.
Morning there. Roads looking really good today. Accident breakdown free. Super light traffic for a Friday, which is excellent. Do some urgent works at Kensington Gardens. Keep an eye on Kensington Road near West Terrace. A little bit slow for works at West Beach, Tapley's Hill Road near Burbridge Road, building South Road through Mile End. A little bit sluggish at the moment, Marion Road at the Anzac Highway intersection. Cameras, Bartley Terrace, West Lake Shore and Halsey Road, Elizabeth East. Stop drink driving or South Australia Police will stop you. With more patrols and more driver testing, think road safety. A message from the Government of South Australia. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
A smashed or damaged windscreen can happen in a heartbeat, but it does get worse if you don't go to your local Complete Windscreens to get it fixed. You can be waiting weeks, and look, that's not on. Complete Windscreens has windscreens and glass for all makes and models in stock right now, with 15 technicians standing by to get you back on the road. You don't need to wait. Tell your insurance company you want Complete Windscreens on the job. CompleteWindscreens.com.au. Look for the big red koala.
Introducing the Caliente by Beechwood Homes. A multi-level masterpiece of design, innovation and style. Inspired by the effortless glamour of Palm Springs in California, it's bathed in natural light through clever architectural design. At its heart, a stunning 6-metre island bench anchors a kitchen that's as beautiful as it is functional. The Caliente is open for viewing at 10 Simon Crescent, Craigburn Farm, Saturdays and Sundays 1 to 4:30pm. Life's good. It's even better in a Beechwood home.
Sold by McGain again.
Available now in beautiful Hope Valley, Hope Springs Eternal. 5/2 Tolly Road is a modern and comfortable rental home close to schools, shops, parks and public transport. Whether you're raising a family or just looking for more space and comfort, this home ticks all the boxes. Don't miss your chance to secure this fantastic rental opportunity. To find out more or to arrange an inspection, please contact Zoe Thorpe at McGain Property Management.
We always talk about the rock stars in the sales team at McGain, but these guys do an amazing job as well. The property manager at McGain are doing wonderfully, handling one of the largest portfolios in South Australia. If you're a landlord looking to sell but worried about disrupting an awesome tenant, well, McGain Real Estate has buyers ready to purchase and keep your tenant, saving you thousands on marketing.
That's right, Will. There's a reason you keep seeing signs all over town saying sold by McGain again.
Built like a brick house. Tough as nails. That's Basic Trailers for you. This EOFIS, use code 5AA to drive away with Rego for just $1. Made with 100% Australian steel in Adelaide. Basic Trailers. Basically better.
Great things begin with the right space. A space to work, a space to store, a space to create. Right now, build the space you've always wanted with Olympic Industries sheds, garages and outdoor storage designed for Australian lifestyles. Visit one of Olympic Industries' inspiration centres today and bring your space to life. Start something with the Olympic Industries sale. On now.
Get into Agostino, Mitsubishi, Nailsworth and Mawson Lakes and test drive the all-new Mitsubishi ASX.
European-style design looks, cutting-edge technology and a huge price drop now from $34,990 drive away.
Plus, every new Mitsubishi ASX includes the renowned Mitsubishi 10-year new car warranty and 10-year cap price servicing.
So head into Agostino, Mitsubishi, Nailsworth and Mawson Lakes and save big on the all-new Mitsubishi ASX from $34,990 drive away.
5AA Breakfast is streaming live right now. To watch, simply head to 5AA on Facebook or YouTube. Knockdown, build 2 with Metro Homes. Move into one and keep the other as an investment. Metro Homes, they do it all for you.
David Penberthy and Will Goodings, 5AA Breakfast.
6 to 8. Grant in Christie's Beach has got a birthday gift idea for David. Grant, good morning to you.
Good morning. How you going, guys?
Good, thanks, Grant.
OLED surround sound TV system. I think
we've
1900.
Sorry,
yeah,
Grant.
no, Grant's.
You're let down by technology, mate. Sorry, we couldn't quite make that out, Grant, but thank you for your sentiments regardless.
Yeah, thanks for thinking.
Something involving a television.
Yeah, it sounded like it was going to be fun.
I think quite a few entries from Nord supporters today. Someone suggested I should be given Des Foster's whistle.
Whistle? Nord fans having a lot of fun with the meat tray Friday entry. That said, the meat tray is thanks to the team at Windsor Meats, Doothie Street in Malvern. If you'd like to win it, it is a great butcher shop. Call in with your thoughts on a birthday gift for David.
It's time to flashback with Michael Smith.
7 News flashback segment, Sunday nights from 6 o'clock. And Michael, once upon a time, Dave would have been able to buy, or someone would have been able to buy him 2 tickets on a ferry to KI from Glenelg.
Well, that's right. Feliz cumpleaños, señor Pemberton.
Muchas gracias, Miguel. Muy amable.
Y muchos felices retornos. Many happy returns, senor. That's from all your pals in Mexico who can't join you this morning.
Sending love from Tegucigalpa. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you for remembering me as Tegucigalpa's favourite son. Yes, it's been a long time since I've been there.
How's Honduras going these days? It's had a few problems, hasn't it, poor old Honduras?
I think it's probably still got one of the worst crime rates in Latin America and certainly the highest murder rate. Probably not a place I'd recommend as a holiday.
No.
Kangaroo Island, on the other hand, is a nice place to go. You guys might have heard that they've delayed the commissioning of these new Sea-Link vessels, which are supposed to ply the waters between Cape Jervis and Penashore. First was supposed to be starting next month. So on Flashback this week, we're going back in time to look at other ferries that have got people to and from the island. Not back to the days of the True Bridge or the Island Seaway, which went from Port Adelaide, but specifically when there were fast ferries that went from Glenelg. Great idea in theory, linking 2 of our most popular tourist zones. I mean, the idea you could catch a tram to the bay, then jump on a ferry and be on KI in a couple of hours. Didn't necessarily all go to plan, though. The one that people might remember the most was called the Superflight. This was launched back in 1994. Very sleek-looking vessel. It had come here from Western Australia, where it had been working the waters between Freo and Rottnest Island. Held about 500 people and get you there in a couple of hours. Have a listen to a little of this report from when it was launched from John Riddell.
Get away to Kangaroo Island. Take a fast cruise from the mainland in nature's paradise. Get away to Kangaroo Island.
The MV Superflight, packing thousands of horsepower, will make daily trips to Kangaroo Island at a blistering pace, taking up to 500 passengers from the bay to Kingscote in just over 2 hours.
Inside the Superflight, it's like a jumbo jet with tables, and they tell me it rides about as smoothly as a 747 as well.
John Riddell, 7 Nightly News.
And it did ride smoothly when the weather was good, but of course it's a notoriously choppy waterway at times, and people may remember getting quite sick on the Superflight. In fact, its first voyage, the maiden voyage, had to be cancelled because it was so rough. And on a number of occasions, it had trouble docking at the end of the Glenelg jetty. So it would have to return to outer harbour, and then the passengers would be bussed back. It proved to be quite a popular service, but the biggest problem was that there wasn't enough infrastructure on Kangaroo Island to deal with all of these foot passengers once they got there. The operators asked the state government for some assistance to get some more infrastructure on land. That money wasn't forthcoming, so in the end it didn't stack up. There was then another vessel you might remember called the Enigma 3, which went from the mouth of the Pat. It was blessed when it set out for the first sailing, but it had all sorts of problems as well. A couple of trips where the gangplank collapsed, some lifeboats went overboard. It had problems with seaweed at the mouth of the Pat, which prevented it going and coming easily. So great idea in concept, not necessarily so practical at the end of the day, though.
Yeah, I know. It sounds like it would really make it so much easier, but the ferocity of the ocean, like, God, I wonder if any of our listeners went on it and how'd they go? They keep their pasty down? Probably not. Not by the sounds of it.
Some great pictures as always as well. Yeah. Sorry, Michael.
Remember, the Superflight also did sort of evening cruises up along the coast, which would have been very appealing to people. And I guess the advantage is going straight from the bay rather than having to drive to Cape Jervis to get on the ferry, which was so appealing for people. But the economics didn't stack up. Someone might have another go, but you'd need the infrastructure at both ends to make it really work well.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Scott says perhaps the Superflight failed because of that jingle. Thank you, Scott. You can catch Michael Smith's flashback on 7 News Sunday night from 6 o'clock. o'clock. We got Breaking 8 coming up on the other side of this break. Feedback Friday as well, and we'll award the meat tray all before 9 o'clock.
The most frustrating thing about having your car repaired after a collision can be the wait. Sometimes months. At Premier Panel Services, the wait is one thing you won't have to worry about. We've expanded our workshop and our highly skilled team. It means we're better equipped to deliver an outstanding outcome for you and your car. RAA and MTA approved, Premier Panel Services work with most insurance companies. So ask for Premier Panel Services and get back on the road sooner.
Local news and information first. This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Cloudy and 20 degrees today with the 8 o'clock news. Good morning, I'm Jess Adamson.
Bring your event to life in a venue where it all comes together. Search Adelaide Convention Centre.
A Warradale man's lost his licence after blowing almost 4 times the legal limit. Police say the 33-year-old was pulled over on Anzac Highway just after 10 last night. It's alleged he blew .195. Meanwhile, a Brighton teenager's been charged with drug driving. He tested positive to methamphetamine after evading police and hiding in a playground at Dover Gardens. He was tracked down by police dog Arlo. The federal opposition's urging the government to listen to the pushback from businesses who are opposing changes to the capital gains tax. Government sources have said while Labor's open to modifying the plan to tax discretionary trusts, they're holding firm on the proposed CGT overhaul. Nationals leader Matt Canavan says the government can't ignore the concerns of business owners.
They're Albanese and his government just totally ignoring them. They're saying they're not going to make any changes to the capital gains tax. That's what small businesses want. And the government should give them a voice, should have a proper parliamentary inquiry so all those small businesses posting memes can actually also talk directly to their representatives.
More than 350 kilograms of illicit drugs has been found stashed in a diesel generator imported into Sydney. The generator is understood to have arrived at Port Botany from Mexico via Malaysia. Border Force and Federal Police say more than 100 kilos of cocaine and 250 kilos of methamphetamine were found stashed inside. Another group of ISIS-linked Australians is understood to be preparing to return to Australia. It's believed the women and children have left a camp in northeast Syria to travel to Damascus before flying home. It follows the return of another cohort earlier this month. Labor Minister Tanya Plibersek says authorities will be prepared for the group when it touches down.
They'll face the same consequences as the first group, which is if there are any crimes that they're accused of, they'll be taken into custody and treated with the full force of the law.
Thousands of childcare workers are preparing to walk off the job across the country as they fight to lock in a pay rise. The union says almost all educators are facing a pay cut of 4 to 15% unless a new deal is met. The Parenthood Chief Executive Georgie Dent says workers have already been leaving in droves.
And what they were saying is they're not leaving because they want to, they were leaving because they couldn't afford to stay. Because as the cost of living has increased, the smaller wage becomes much more difficult to live on. So these are qualified educators who need to be paid appropriately.
Australia's new ambassador to the United States has been formally welcomed to Washington. Greg Moriarty was sworn in at the White House, officially replacing Kevin Rudd. Mr Moriarty has previously served in the Australian Defence Department. Documents show Queen Elizabeth was very keen for her son Andrew Mountbatten Windsor to become a trade envoy in 2000. Europe correspondent Hannah Sinclair reports.
11 documents relating to Andrew Mountbatten Windsor's appointment to the trade envoy role now public after the Liberal Democrats demanded they be released. The files revealing the late Queen was very keen for the now disgraced royal to take on a prominent role in the promotion of national interests. The former prince nicknamed Air Miles Andy while he acted as envoy for a decade, stepping back from the role in 2011 amid scrutiny about his continued relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. He has always denied any wrongdoing.
No Now turning to 5AA Sports.
Huge price drop on new Mitsubishi ASX from $34,990 drive away. Agostino, Mitsubishi, Nailsworth and Mawson Lakes.
Here's Tom Wren.
Thank you, Jess. Adelaide will head into the bye with a 6-5 record after a frustrating 9-point loss against Hawthorn in Launceston. The Crows took the lead early but gave up 7 goals in a row in the second and third quarters before storming home, but ultimately they fell short. They'll now be sweating on the fitness of several players after last night, including Isaac Rankin, who hurt his calf, while Callum Archie suffered a thumb injury and James Peatling copped a nasty knock to his face. Adelaide should, though, have some players available after the bye, including Taylor Walker, who's set to play in the Sandful tomorrow. Coach Matthew Nix admitting it'll be good to have him back.
No, we're reasonably pleased with the decision in that we think it's going to be what's best for the team and for Tex going forward into the second half of the year. Hopefully he has a good hit out this weekend because he is going to play some footy. And then we'll just balance that as we go through the second half of the year.
Port's players will have a light run today ahead of tomorrow night's match against Carlton at home, while the round continues tonight with a couple of games. Richmond takes on Essendon while Fremantle host St Kilda. Well, the Adelaide 36ers are set to formally announce Trevor Gleeson as its coach on a multi-year deal. Gleeson has won 6 championships and won 3 of those with Bryce Cotton, who he'll be reunited with. Meantime, in the NBA, the Oklahoma City Thunder have levelled up their Western Conference series against the San Antonio Spurs after a 122-113-point win in Game 2. One game in the NRL overnight, it was the Dolphins recording a 30-22-point win against the Canberra Raiders. In golf, American Brooks Koepka has continued his impressive form. He's co-leading the CJ Cup Byron Nelson tournament in Texas, along with fellow American Tyler Moore at 8 under. Pre-tournament favourite Scotty Scheffler is well poised at 5 under, while Aussie Carl Phillips is 7 shots off the pace at 1 under. And NASCAR driver Kyle Busch has died suddenly after a severe illness. The 41-year-old was a 2-time champion, the family releasing a statement a short time ago confirming his tragic passing. Sad news, Jess, that is the 5AA Sport.
It is indeed. Thanks, Tom. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Morning there, Parkside, urgent sewer works, Green Hill Road near George Street. Got some more works at Kensington Gardens, so look out for Kensington Road near West Terrace. No delays there at the moment, which is good. A little bit busy at the moment at Paraka, Main North Road near Montague Road for works and starting to slow South Road through Mile End. Lean on a camera, Warner Road, Lights Bay. Amart's multi-buy sale is on now. Save 20% when you buy any 4 items across lounges, dining, bedroom, mattresses and more. Don't wait, offer ends Sunday. Hurry into Amart, T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
To the weather now, 20's the top today, becoming cloudy, partly cloudy and 21 tomorrow. Showers at 18 on Sunday, 18 with a shower or 2 for Monday. Right now it's 13 degrees on 5AA, always Adelaide.
Hi, Brady Bitt here for Mawson Lakes Mazda with a little secret of how you can get behind the wheel of a new Mazda. You can unlock their end of financial year deals early. You heard right, we can give them to you right now. That's immediate delivery on all makes, models and colours. Plus low-K demos must go. No gimmicks, just early end of financial year deals and the best customer support for you and your shiny new Mazda. Mawson Lakes Mazda, Salisbury Highway, just a short drive from the city.
Hi, I'm Bronte Manuel from Toop and Toop. Auction remains one of the strongest ways to sell in Adelaide, with buyer demand continuing to outpace supply and competition driving results. At Toop and Toop, we consistently deliver auction clearance rates above the state average, giving our clients a clear advantage in today's market. That success comes down to strategy, experience, and having South Australia's most awarded auctioneering team behind you. If you're considering selling, visit toop.com.au.
Calling all South Australians aged between 18 to 60. Here's your opportunity to advance medical research while you earn. CMAX is seeking healthy volunteers to join a clinical trial testing a potential treatment for a type of lung disease. Eligible volunteers will spend 7 nights at the CMAX clinic in Adelaide CBD and attend 2 follow-up visits. Following trial completion, participants will be paid for their time. Ready to make a meaningful impact? Apply today at cmax.com.au.
CMAX. For seafood that looks and tastes like it came out of the ocean this morning, go to McGill's Fresh Seafood, because chances are it did. Find McGill's Fresh Seafood at the top of McGill Road in the McGill Village Shopping Centre. Owner Andy is originally from Port Lincoln with over 40 years of experience in the fishing and seafood retail industry. Fresh seafood bought daily from local suppliers, sourcing Australia-wide, then processed on site. Expect the best at McGill's Fresh Seafood. Bought today, sold today.
Streaming live via the 5AA Player app on DAB Digital Radio and on 1395 AM. This is 5AA, always Adelaide.
Knock down, build two with Metro Homes. Move into one and keep the other as an investment. Metro Homes, they do it all for you.
David Penberthy and Will Goodings, 5AA Breakfast.
8:09, breaking 8 coming up in just a moment. This is a nice moment. Nathan's texted us in on 0480811395. The inaugural winner of the Golden Sack Truck is awarded at 10 to 7 this morning. He says, thank you, I'll be in touch next week with the council's response to his appeal. Nathan, of course, winning it for the Holdfast Bay Council's decision to fine him for, whilst working for SA Power Networks in a loading zone, it's parking for 3 minutes.
No parking in the red zone.
No parking in the red zone. So thank you, Nathan, for texting in. The winning continues. We will be giving away the meat tray thanks to Windsor Meats before 9 o'clock this morning. Feedback Friday is not too far away either. You can register your interest in that by calling in right now on 8223 0000.
Well, barely a week goes by without concussion making headlines, and for a long time the treatment of concussion has basically been as simple as go home, have a rest and a bit of a lie down, take a Bex and have a bit of a lie down. Well, all that could be about to change, and it's thanks to an amazing partnership here in Adelaide between a company, Spark, which is jointly headed by Keith Thomas and former Sturt legend David Walk, and an American company, Astrocyte Pharmaceuticals. We've got Keith Thomas in the studio this morning. Keith, it's so good to meet you again. And I was saying off air, I loved doing this story a few weeks ago for The Australian, but it's advanced since then. So for those who are totally unaware of the work that you've been doing, give us a bit of a potted explanation as to how this works, because excitingly, it's all happening here in Adelaide and it's in partnership with grassroots football. Are we getting close to a point where there could soon be a tablet available for athletes, young people, professional athletes, amateurs, that could lessen the impact of concussion by sort of accelerating the brain's capacity to heal?
Well, that's the hope. And this is a partnership that we're in with the Royal Adelaide Hospital, and essentially the group Astrocyte Pharmaceutical have been developing this drug for the last 10 years. Always with these types of developments, the most difficult part is actually getting patients to actually test it and make sure that it works. And that's one of the unique things that we've been able to bring to the table here in South Australia. We have a thriving sporting community. Grassroots footy has embraced this idea that concussion is a problem, and we've got world-class medical and research facilities all in a geographical space which makes it accessible. And so essentially what happens is my team is out monitoring suburban footy grounds all around South Australia. If footy clubs sign up to this idea, if someone gets hurt, they come in, they get assessed, medically assessed, they do the SCAT-6, and then have the opportunity to join this study at the Royal Adelaide, where they go into a concussion care environment, which is world class.
So when we caught up, I didn't know that this had been happening, but you've got this crazy sort of life at the moment where you go around at night doing presentations to like your old footy club, the Raggies, Athelston, the Adelaide Uni Blacks. I met one of their players a few weeks ago, Olivia, when we did the story. So you sort of word them all up with your medical team with you, explaining how this trial works. So they sign on, the clubs sign on, the players who are young probably talk to their mum and dad about it too and say, if I get clouted on the weekend, I can end up going to the RA in this controlled environment. I take the pill, which Bill, the American scientist who he had that coffee with the other week, he likened it to, it's like giving your brain an espresso, where once you take the medication, it triggers the cells that are called astrocytes that normally spend about half an hour after you've been hit going, oh, he's been hit, we'd better try to repair the injury. Well, this drug goes ping, 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 you've been hit, you've been hit, you've been hit. So it extends that period. So then you've got someone like Olivia from the Blacks. She's at the RA, she's being monitored, And the results so far have been really, really promising, yes?
Really promising. It's a good, Professor Ludbrook is a better person to talk about the way that the drug works. My job, as you said, is to actually bring clubs and players along the journey, and essentially what I talk about is, one, the seriousness of the injury itself. Concussion, isn't any more dangerous than it was 10 years ago, but we know a lot more about it, and we've got to continue to learn more. And so I do that part of it. And then it's the medical guys who actually administer the drug. And so they go into this medical research facility at the RA. Guy Ludbrook is the doctor who is our principal investigator. He looks after them. And essentially they stay overnight. And then the drug gets administered in that controlled environment. And then for the 21 days that they are recovering, my team is working with them and talking to them basically every day. And so for their whole recovery period, they get, surrounded by top level care. They go back into the RA 4 times over that period for checkups. So it's really it's doing 2 things. One, you've got the drug that we are testing to ensure that it works, and it's very promising, very promising. But also, you're teaching clubs and players about how best to manage this injury, and that's important.
Well, let's go to Professor Ludbrook now, who's on the line from the Royal Adelaide Hospital. Dr. Ludbrook, thanks for your time. Can we talk a bit about the medication itself? What's the promise or the dream of this? Is the idea that you could take it and in the short term it's mitigating the impacts of a concussion, or is the idea that you treat a concussion like you always have, or you have in recent years, but this medication mitigates the long-term effects and we won't see people with the debilitating injuries post, say, football that they get having suffered multiple concussions now?
Yeah, look, it's really interesting the way this works. It really turbocharges the brain's own healing mechanisms. I mean, nature's great at healing things. We can give it a bit of a hand with this drug. So working through adenosine receptors on astrocytes, they're the kind of healing cells within the brain, and they're the ones that help support the nerve cells, which allow us to think and function. And so by firing these up more, the goal is to help that healing process both early on and later on during the recovery phase. So the hope is that initial recovery in the first hours and days would be improved, but also that the downstream effects in weeks and months are substantially better than they would be otherwise.
Does that potentially mean, if this was to work and all the benefits proven, that CTE and things like that would be a thing of the past?
We would hope that. That's probably another step away yet. I think at this stage what we want to show is that we can heal the brain better, or help nature heal the brain better and faster. How that translates downstream, I guess time will tell, but that certainly is the hope, that CTE might be lesser risk.
And just finally, Dr. Ludbrook, do you think there's a potential that beyond the footy field, that this drug could have applications for other types of brain injury, things like stroke or even Alzheimer's?
Yeah, and that's the exciting potential. And in fact, Astrocyte, the company, is exploring that at the moment with other sorts of brain injuries, stroke, as you say, perhaps more severe head injury and so on. So, look, the mechanism is exciting, turbocharging nature's healing processes. We're looking at concussion, but all sorts of other potential.
Yeah. I got to say, with no medical background whatsoever, I found this story so exciting and inspirational, and it's a really cool sort of assortment of humans behind it. You've got a 300 gamer for the Redlegs in Keith. You've got guys like you. I remember when we had coffee a few weeks ago, Dr. Ludbrook, you casually told me you'd been operating on someone's brain the day before while they were still awake, which blew my mind, quite literally. But having all these local grassroots footy players getting involved in something that's a huge health and legal challenge for sport worldwide and beyond is a great thing, and it's good that it's all happening here in Adelaide. Thanks for joining us, Dr. Ludbrook, and to you, Keith, all the very best with this. It's an excellent thing you're doing at Spark.
Well, thank you very much for the chance and to talk about it. We just think it's a wonderful thing for South Australia to be doing, and this is world-leading stuff, and we're doing it here.
Yeah,
I'm very proud of that.
And so you should be. Good on you, Keith. Thank you, Tom. Cheers.
19 minutes after 8. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back on the other side of it with the World Cup of South Australia. Make sure you get 8223 plugged into your phone and ready to call to cast your vote. We'll see what progresses to the next round. That's coming up. Let's check traffic first.
Morning there at Parkside. Urgent sewer works Greenhill Road near George Street. More works to look out for this morning at Kensington Gardens, Kensington Road near West Terrace. Getting busy at the moment, South Road, Mile End. Getting slow, Fullerton Road at the Glen Osmond Road intersection just near the Yarkaba, with the camera Target Hill Road, Salisbury Heights. Harriscar Friends exclusive winter sale ends today. Save 50% off full price scan pan cook sets. Exclusions apply. See conditions online. Harriscar, great brands, great prices. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA Sports Show. Rowie and Timmy G.
Port have a tricky game versus Carlton Saturday night. I think they've got one eye on the old Dougie Cochran Cup. That's what I'm going to be calling it from now on. Timmy, close your mouth, mate. You look like you need a size 5 hook in it.
Adelaide's only local sports show.
I liked it better when Campo was here.
Jaws have just dropped after that comment.
The 5AA Sports Show. Weekday afternoons from 4 on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Our first big deadline is next Friday. Win $500,000. Get your Hospital Research Foundation Home Lottery tickets now to automatically enter the early bird draw for $500,000. Homelottery.com.au. Plus, your tickets stay in for the West Beach Grand Prize, a single level stunner right on the beach. Early bird deadline next Friday. Get your tickets at homelottery.com.au. Licence M14944.
Got something big to budge? Budget with Budget. Little trucks, big trucks. You can do it all in a budget rental truck. Get exactly what you need and at a great price too. So remember, whatever you've got to budget with a budget rental truck.
Budget with a budget rental truck is quick and cheap. Well, half your luck when you budget with a budget rental truck.
Budget car and truck rental. Call 13 27 27. That's 13 27 27.
One blood donation can save up to 3 lives. The power's in your veins. Make the most of it and book a donation today. Lifeblood. Life is the reason.
Is it the best Beechwood home ever made? Possibly, but there's always more to come from Beechwood. Introducing the Caliente, now open for viewing. The Caliente is a multi-level masterpiece of design, innovation and style. Taking inspiration from Palm Springs and California, it's definitely a conversation starter. The team at Beechwood can't wait for you to see it at 10 Simon Crescent, Craigburn Farm. Open Saturdays and Sundays, 1 to 4:30 p.m. Life's good. It's even better in a Beechwood home.
Now, there's nothing like discovering a hidden gem, especially when it leads to your new favourite bottle or bottles of wine. Thornclark Wine's located in the Barossa Valley, just outside of Angaston. It's such a wonderful winery, family-owned boutique winery that combines tranquility with perfectly curated wines.
You'll be asking yourself, why haven't I been here before? As you take in the sprawling gardens and panoramic views, enjoy a wine tasting customised to you while enjoying a platter of local Barossa Valley produce.
And look, you can make a whole day of it. It's a great place to go with kids and with your family, your wife and friends. We did that. We were up there a couple of months back. End your day at the driving range overlooking the Eden Valley Vineyard, where you can chip off into the paddocks, then take home a few bottles from their Sandpiper and Shotfire ranges, especially the delicious new Shotfire Collector's Heritage Edition Shiraz.
And next time you head to the Barossa Valley, go the extra mile. Make Thornclark Wines your first stop. Cellar door open 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Friday to Sunday.
Hi, Brady Bit here for Morsel Lakes Mazda with a little secret of how you can get behind the wheel of a new Mazda. You can unlock their end of financial year deals early. You heard right, we can give them to you right now. That's immediate delivery on all makes, models and colours. Plus low-K demos must go. No gimmicks, just early end of financial year deals and the best customer support for you and your shiny new Mazda. Morsel Lakes Mazda, Salisbury Highway, just a short drive from the city.
Rosanna Mangiarelli here from 7 News. Join me and Will Goodings for Adelaide's leading news hour, 7 News, tonight at 6 o'clock.
Knock down, build 2 with Metro Homes. Move into one and keep the other as an investment. Metro Homes, they do it all for you.
David Penberthy and Will Goodings, 5AA Breakfast.
24 to 8, a really disturbing number of people on a Friday morning asking if the new Astrocyte concussion medication will help with hangovers. There's not just one, there's 2 in the last 2 minutes. Everyone's on the same sort of wavelength. Why not? Wouldn't that be something?
Thursday night's the first night of the weekend. I've always said that.
Maybe Crows fans have woken up after last night thinking, you know what, I need a drink.
Maybe they're just drinking to forget.
Exactly.
The horror of it all.
Quite possibly.
Patrizio.
24 after 8, it's World Cup time. World Cup of Suburbs. I think this will be our first repeat category. Is that right?
Because we're thinking we should call the Golden Sack truck Tyson Gold Sack truck.
That is excellent.
What do you think? Tyson Gold Sack truck.
You often do your best work about a previous segment during a much later segment, and
good
that's what
conversation
we're
started
today.
too with kids. Is who do you think got teased the most at school? Tyson Gold Sack or Steel Side?
I know that's one of your favourite debates. Now, we're back to the food category for the World Cup of Suburbs. We've done food, we've done people, we've had places and things yesterday with an absolute boil-over with Travis Head's moustache just romping. You know, those are the 3 quickest votes we've had so far. So World Cup of South Australia returns to food. You can check the bracket on our social media to see how it is all progressing, to see what the best thing about South Australia is. Food, David, do you want to go first or do you want me to? I've just seen my envelope.
Okay. You go first.
I've just opened up.
What's
contesting this morning?
The double cut roll.
Oh, the double cut roll up against the Port Elliot Bakery pasty. These are 2 absolute favourites.
This is an Argentina-Germany scenario, this one.
Yeah.
Hard to separate because the pasty is part of our, and I say this is a Penberthy, part of our Cornish heritage.
Well, that's exactly where my argument will start, and I'm happy to start because the Port Elliot Bakery is a place that I've been to and I've lined up at. And I will simply say this: South Australians hate lining up for stuff.
Yeah, that's
one
true.
of the things we hate is we go to the eastern state, we go to Melbourne, we go to Sydney, and say things like, "Oh, you can't live like this. I'm not lining up for coffee. I'm not lining up for a car park. I'm not lining up when I need to go to the bank." Do you know where South Australians line up? At the Port Elliot Bakery to get pasties because they're unbelievable. I'll line up there for an hour and a half. I don't care. It is the pasties there are unbelievable. The peninsula itself, the Fleury is beautiful. If there were no beaches, if there was no Victor Harbour, if there were no whales, if there was no Kangaroo Island, people would still go to Port Elliot to go to the bakery because of the pasty. And that is my argument for the Port Elliot Bakery pasty, David Penberthy.
Okay, that's a very good argument, Will. I'm going to counter it, though, by saying that in the world of engineering, people think about feats like the Golden Gate Bridge, the Empire State Building, think about majestic construction such as the Guggenheim in Bilbao, the Sydney Opera House. In the world of food, there is nothing better than the double cut roll. And if you ask anyone if you go to a delicatessen in Melbourne or Sydney and ask for a double cut, they don't know how to start. They don't know how to go, down first and then across again. So you get the quarters. It's basically like 2 sandwiches for the price of 1. And there's a certain lightness to a double cut roll, the freshness. If you got a roll, the crust on the outside, the softness of the crumb. But then the filling, you're basically getting 2 sandwiches for the price of 1. And I don't know, I love going to that place at the West Lakes Food Court. You ever been in there for a double cut roll?
Have I ever been there? When I worked at Footy Park, I lived there.
That is, I don't want to single anyone out, but they know what they're doing and the range of fillings.
I can't believe you mentioned that place. I've had so many double cut rolls from there over the years.
How good is it?
Yeah.
How good is it?
8223 double cut roll or the Port Elliot Bakery pasty. What progresses to the next round of our World Cup of South Australia? Back in the food component of the bracket. Last time we did food, it was Cooper's Pale Ale and the Frog Cake. And the Cooper's Pale Ale emerged victorious. Which wins today? We need 3 votes for either the double cut roll or the Port Elliot Bakery pasty. Get calling now, 8223 Make sure your favourite progresses to the next round of the FIVEAA World Cup of South Australia. Let's head to Stephanie. Stephanie, what are you going with?
I'll go with Port Adelaide Bakery. Port Elliot, sorry, not Port Adelaide.
The Port Elliot Bakery. Stephanie, thank you. Mark in Findon.
Oh, mate, it's the Port Elliot Bakery pasty.
Yeah, thank you, Mark. It's one vote away. Let's see what Michael in Blakeview thinks.
It's a double cut roll for me, Jan.
All right.
Absolutely another week.
Double cut roll stays alive. 2-1 to the Port Elliot Bakery pasty.
It's heartbreaking having to separate them.
It is, isn't it? Quentin Old Ranello.
G'day, boys. How you doing?
All right.
Yeah,
wish we were for a better football team.
Yeah, go the Hawks. Hey, it has to be the pasty.
Oh, the pasty.
At Port Elliot.
Wow, a boil over. The Port Elliot Bakery pasty has defeated the magnificent double cut roll. Both wonderful South Australian inventions, both proudly on the bracket for the FIVEAA Breakfast World Cup of South Australia. The Port Elliot Bakery pasty progresses to the next round. Thanks to all those that have voted. Stick around. Feedback Friday's coming up in just a moment. 3 prizes, 3 guests, 4 simple questions, no wrong answers. Get calling right now on 8223 if you'd like to be part of Feedback Friday.
Last September, the Optus 000 outage meant some Australians couldn't reach emergency services. We're introducing a range of new measures to help strengthen Optus's 000 service, like a dedicated team for 24/7 monitoring. Building a stronger Optus? We're on it.
FIVEAA Breakfast is streaming live right now. To watch, simply head to FIVEAA on Facebook or YouTube.
This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Cloudy and 20 degrees today with the 8:30 news. Good morning, I'm Jess Adamson.
Bring your event to life in a venue where it all comes together. Search Adelaide Convention Centre.
A man's been arrested over child sex offences in the northern suburbs. The 57-year-old has been charged with possession of child exploitation material and breaching his bail conditions. He was refused bail and will face court today. A Warradale man's lost his licence after blowing almost 4 times the legal limit. Police say the 33-year-old in a white ute was pulled over on Anzac Highway just after 10 last night. It's alleged he blew .195. His car's been impounded for 28 days. The government admits there are real concerns regarding changes to the capital gains tax discount, but denies the proposal is undercooked. Government sources have said while Labor is open to modifying the plan to tax discretionary trusts, they're holding firm on the proposed CGT overhaul. Assistant Minister Dr Andrew Charlton says some businesses will be better off under the government's plan.
Taking away the CGT discount and replacing it with a different kind of discount, a kind of discount that is based on inflation. And that discount will in some ways be better and fairer than the previous type of discount.
Queensland state schools will adopt an AI chatbot into the classroom by next month. The $1.5 million program offers assistant functions for both teachers and students. Year 9 and 10 students will be the first to use it. The Education Department says it can be used to brainstorm, check, draft and summarise information. Scientists have taken video of a type of immune cell which eats live skin cancer cells and stops tumours from growing. After consuming the melanoma, the cells alert the wider immune system to the threat, which mobilises defence systems. Researchers from the Garvan Institute hope the breakthrough will lead to new treatments that destroy drug-resistant tumours. Iran has expanded the no-go zone around the Strait of Hormuz, defying the US to take it. President Donald Trump says he won't give up until the strait is open.
We want it open. We want it free. We don't want tolls.
Can they keep their highly enriched uranium?
No. We get the highly enriched. We will get it. We don't need it. We don't want it. We'll probably destroy it after we get it, but we're not going to let them have it.
2 young brothers aged just 3 and 5 have been abandoned by their parents in a forest in Portugal. They were found wandering down a remote road at night. Their parents, survivalists, had blindfolded them, dumped them in a wood, and they could only remove their eye covers once they'd found a knife that had been buried in the ground. They were left with nothing more than a change of clothes, 2 pieces of fruit and 2 bottles of water. Well, back home, it's National Walk Safely to School Day. Education Minister Lucy Hood says it's an easy way to embrace road safety and wellbeing at the same time.
You don't necessarily have to walk all the way. You can always just park your car a couple of blocks away from the school and then wander the rest of the way there. And this is about, making sure that kids are active and learning the benefits of walking to school, but also around road safety as well.
Now turning to 5AA Sport.
Huge price drop on new Mitsubishi ASX from $34,990 drive away. Agostino Mitsubishi, Nailsworth and Mawson Lakes.
Here's Tom.
Thank you, Jess. The Crows will fly home this morning amid some injury concerns for both Isaac Rankin and Calamachi. They went down by 9 points to Hawthorn in Launceston. The Hawks shooting up to third on the ladder. Jarman Impey telling Fox Footy, Indigenous round brings out the best in him.
Exactly right. A little bit of that oomph. So Doug Nichols round means a lot to our mob, our people, our culture. So we find that extra gear and we love winning. It's always good to be able to perform in those rounds.
Port has made 3 changes ahead of tomorrow night's clash against Carlton at home. Todd Marshall returns while Josh Lai has been cleared from concussion protocols. Jacob Ware is also in. Lockie Jones is out concussed and Will Lorenz and Dante Visentini have been dropped. Well, a tough draw for some Aussie hopefuls in the opening round of next week's French Open. Teenager Emerson Jones is set to face 4-time champion Iga Swiatek first up. Kimberly Birrell has drawn 5th seed Jessica Pegula. Adam Walton will take on 6th seed Daniil Medvedev. Better news, though, for Alex de Minaur. He's been drawn to face a qualifier and he's just secured a semi-final berth at the Hamburg Open, so he's in good form. To soccer, England coach Thomas Tuchel has overlooked Cole Palmer and Phil Foden for this year's FIFA World Cup. Meantime, an independent football commission has heard the spy saga in English football was authorised by Southampton's head coach. The Saints have been punted from the Championship playoffs after sending an intern to film Middlesbrough's training. They've also been docked 4 points ahead of next season. And that is the 5AA Sport.
Thanks, Tommy. Let's check the traffic.
Morning there at Parkside. Urgent civil works Green Hill Road near George Street. Kensington Gardens. Urgent works Kensington Road near West Terrace this morning. Getting busy in the usual places on the drive-in today, including Fullerton Road at the Glen Osmond Road intersection. Also quite busy Henley Beach Road heading to the city just near South Road. And got cameras today, Haas Street, Glanville and Port Road, Cheltenham. Get the key you deserve at My Car Tire and Auto. Visit mycar.com.au or call 13 13 28. My Car Tire and Auto, people first. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
To the weather now, 20s the top today, becoming cloudy, partly cloudy and 21 tomorrow. Showers and 18 on Sunday, 18 with a shower or 2 for Monday. Right now it's 14 degrees on 5AA, always Adelaide.
Adelaide's local, trusted and truly connected talkback radio station. 5AA, always Adelaide.
Celebrate Australian-made week at Harvey Norman with bonus gift cards. Spend $500 or more on a huge range of Australian-made, including selected lounges, dining, bedroom furniture and mattresses, and receive 10% of your purchase price in gift cards. Harvey Norman proudly supports local jobs, communities, skills and craftsmanship. Celebrate Australian-made week with this huge offer, but be quick. 10% in gift cards ends Monday. Best range, best brands, best prices at Harvey Norman now. Conditions and exclusions apply.
They say one of life's biggest decisions is buying a home, but sometimes the hardest one is leaving it. At Anglicare SA, we're here to help you stay where you belong. We offer support for everyday things like cleaning, gardening, cooking, but are also experts in care management, allied health and clinical nursing. Because we believe there is no place like home, and with the right support, there is no reason to leave it. Find out more at Anglicare SA. You are at home.
As a South Aussie-based not-for-profit health insurer, Health Partners isn't just your health partner. We're your tooth-checking partner, hammy-stretching partner, chart-squinting partner. We're your bone-mending, script-filling, arch-lifting, giving, salad-suggesting, generous limit-giving, member-supporting, SA-loving partner. So for great value health cover, there's no better partner in health than Health Partners. Health insurance made human.
G'day, Keith Conlon here. You've probably heard me talking about fusion clinical trials. Clinical research is vital for paving the way in the development of new medications and future health management. This is Fusion's commitment to Adelaide with its team of doctors, health professionals and the community working together to improve the well-being of all Australians and those beyond our shores. Rest assured, we'll be hearing more about fusion clinical research in the months ahead. Trusted research, proven results. Fusion.
Living with diabetes? Ditch finger pricks with Freestyle Libre. Freestyle Libre is a small wearable sensor that monitors your glucose levels and trends and sends them straight to your phone. Instant, up-to-date feedback. No finger pricks. How good is that? And you can trial Freestyle Libre for only $15. Just head to freestylelibre.com.au to find out how. T's and C's apply. Follow directions for use. Read warnings before purchase. Free yourself from finger pricks with Freestyle Libre.
The things you value deserve the best protection. Your car, your tools, your weekend projects. Alpha Industries garages and sheds will keep them safe from rain, hail and the harsh Australian sun. Made from genuine Australian blue scope steel and fully welded for strength and durability, built with you in mind. South Australian owned and operated for over 40 years, Alpha Industries builds garages and sheds that work as hard as you do. Explore the range and ask for a quote today at alphaindustries.com.au.
Catching up with family and friends at home is always a special time. Preparing fresh, tasty food is equally important. Make life easy with a welcome hand from your local Barnacle Bill. Less time in the kitchen means more time with family and friends. Barnacle Bill's variety of nutritious, delicious food is ready for pickup or delivery. And remember, it's Barnacle Bill for seafood and much, much more.
Knock down, build two with Metro Homes. Move into one and keep the other as an investment. Metro Homes, they do it all for you.
David Penberthy and Will Goodings, 5AA Breakfast.
20 to 9, we're going to meet Trey to give away very shortly. Little wonderful entries with nominations for David's birthday. What presents our listeners would like to give him, thanks to the wonderful Windsor Meats on Doothie Street at Malvern.
This clearly wasn't my idea, by the way. I can't stress that enough. I came in this morning and I said, what are we doing for Meat Tray Friday? They said, don't worry, we've already got an idea. And I went, good.
We've
Stupidly.
got this. Yeah, you never trust us again. Hey,
what about this text, though, from Rich in Kidman Park? He says, Dave, I think we should get you a 1980s watch with a calculator on it. We know you can't do maths, as demonstrated just now by only doing 2 horizontal cuts for a double cut roll, not 3.
Thank you for that text, 0480081395. The Golden Sack truck, now forever to be known as Tyson, has just sidled up to the microphone again. I'm not sure what that's about, but perhaps we'll hear from Tyson again before 9 o'clock today.
He's fitting in well, isn't he?
Seamlessly.
He's just part of the gang.
Good chemistry piece.
Yeah, people often talk about the chemistry of this program, and he's just he's slid right on in.
Magnificent. All right, Tyson, you sit there quietly. We've got Feedback Friday.
Feedback Friday today, so have you say feedback.
Lots happened over the course of the week. Let's feedback now with Ian in One Tree Hill, who will be first cab off the rank. Ian, good morning to you.
Good morning, gentlemen. Happy birthday.
Thanks,
Pembo.
mate. Good on you, Ian. Cheers, mate.
Ian, who would you like to tell to shut up? Pauline Hanson's... I was gonna, you don't even need to explain any further. Albo. Simple as that. Pauline Hanson's media advisor told a member of the media in Adelaide to shut up yesterday. Shut up. And then she said she'll go back and say some more things, and they decided that probably wasn't tactically a great move. Ian, where is the coldest place you've ever been?
Falls Creek.
Falls Creek.
What was the temperature?
About -7.
Ooh, that is cold.
And you wear a t-shirt under a light jacket because you're expelling so much energy, and then when you're sitting on the chairlift and it stops because somebody's fallen off or something, you just freeze.
Oh, yeah, that's no fun at all.
So you can't have too much on because when you start skiing again, you get too hot. So
reminds me,
that's the problem.
Who won nearest to the pin yesterday? Andrew and Elizabeth won nearest to the pin. What was the temperature when the game ended last night? 5.3, and he said 4.7. Excellent work. Ian, thank you. You just jogged my mind. Now, Ian, what was the punishment for swearing when you were growing up?
At primary school, I got the yardstick or the feather duster.
The feather duster? What kind of... How does the feather duster...
They hold the furry part and they whack you with the plastic handle.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I copped that. That was Goodwood Primary, Pembo.
Really?
At Goodwood Primary School, yeah.
Just down the road.
They knocked the old place down.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
We used to have a yellow plastic bat, and we called it the waffle burger at Marion Primary. You'd get hit with a yellow plastic tennis bat, like a tennis bat.
Yeah, nice.
Hurt like hell.
I got the cane heaps, all because of talking. That's all it was.
Really?
Yeah, I got it once.
I got it heaps. My mum went to the headmaster and said, "You got to stop whacking my son. It's not good."
See,
it was back in the old days. That was the way it went.
Will's just young enough to have avoided the cane, I'm guessing.
Yeah, there was no corporal punishment then. Mind you...
I was even leaning back on a chair once and on two things, and the teacher pushed me backwards and I hit my head on the ground. That's how bad it was back in those days.
And David,
he said, "You won't do that again,
It
will
didn't
you?"
work because you still swear.
I had a teacher who hit me with a cricket bat once.
Really?
And I'm sure he remembers it. I saw him one night at Hungry Jack's over the road in Rundle Street, and it was late on a Friday night, and I reminded him of that.
Oh, do you have some dark thoughts?
No, I just think it's probably over the top, isn't it?
How did he feel about a swarthy adult David Penberthy?
He looked really scared.
I bet he did. It feels like there's more to that story. Hey, Ian, what's the best thing about your garden, Ian? We spoke with the Australian winner of the Chelsea Garden Show in the week. Well, the Australian Garden, should I say.
Gum trees. I love gum trees.
Good on you, Ian. Thank you, mate. That was excellent. Went to all sorts of places. Let's go to Port Adelaide. John, this might be a silly question. What's your favourite sandful ground?
My favourite Albion Oval. Yeah, sorry.
That was nice.
I come from Port Adelaide.
Yeah, that was a nice.
Thanks, boys. Hey, Will, I've got a question for you at the end of this, if that's okay, of conspiracy.
John, I mean, I asked the questions, John. You have heard the segment before. No, that's fine.
That's fine. Looking for a new job, Will. Sorry.
No. We will. I'll hear your question, John. Let me finish mine first. What's the longest you've ever walked, John? What's the furthest you've ever walked?
I've walked from the Barossa Valley to Gawler.
Wow.
Yes.
How long did that take?
Approximately about 2.5 hours. I stopped at a pub.
Crikey. Well, refreshment is important. You've got to hydrate. Walk safely to school day, of course, today. What's your favourite TV show growing up, John?
Favourite TV show growing up? Geez, question without notice. I used to like Hogan's Heroes.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, of course. Channel 10 is going to be taken from TV screens in the regions, as we learnt yesterday. Just lastly, John, before we get to your question, of course, how are Australia going to go at the World Cup? We've got our own World Cup of South Australia happening. What about the Socceroos? How do you think they're going to go?
I would like to make the semis.
Wouldn't that be semis? That would be unbelievable.
I know. Well, no point dreaming small.
All right, John, what's your conspiracy theory?
Okay, I had a conspiracy question. I often thought I wanted to ask you this, Will. Are the two pandas, not Wang Wang and Funi, did they take them away and bring them back? How would we know? Are they the same pandas? I'm not sure.
Oh, John.
Hey, that's a really good question. There's a poser for you.
This is all a
Where
ruse.
can you tell them apart?
Just for you, Will.
John, I like that. You know what?
No, I think a panda looks like a panda.
Like any good conspiracy theory that gets read online, I have no supporting evidence. You've presented none, and yet I totally believe it. John, magnificent work. I like that. Let's go to Conan McGill. What a ruse. Wang Wang and Foon, where they really thought they could just change the names and fool us all. Unbelievable. Con, what do you feed your pet, Con?
Sorry, say that again?
What do you feed your pet, Con?
Skin from the chicken.
Chicken skin. Nice.
Yeah, there was a article in the newspaper today. People getting very gourmet about what they're feeding their pets. Sister Janet Mead, there's a push on to change the name of a street in Adelaide and name it after her.
What about people that complained about it? I think living in Sister Janet Mead Street would be sensational.
Have you seen what their complaint is?
Well,
I get what it is.
They got to change all their paperwork.
You suddenly have to go through addresses,
or your passport,
or your bills.
Yeah, that's true.
If there was some magical button you could push, I think, of course, you can name anything, Janet Mead. Is there a famous Aussie, South Aussie, you'd like to have a street named after, Con?
Well, I actually met Sister at just off Stir Street when she was still alive. So, yeah, I go for that.
Okay.
Renaming.
Oh, that's now we could pick Sister Janet Mead. Yeah. Why not? What's the best birthday present you've ever given, Con? You've ever been given?
That I've ever been given?
Yeah.
A nice pair of sneakers by my daughter recently.
Oh, nice.
And just lastly, we talked about this morning. The AMA are pushing for some safety restrictions in place for e-bikes. How fast is too fast? What do you think the speed limit should be? Kind of, we had it your way.
Oh, definitely 40.
Yeah. All right. Good stuff. Con, thank you.
Thanks, Con.
We have some prizes to give away, and everyone wins, of course. Kent Town Hotel vouchers. Good weekend to get into the Kent Town Hotel with spaces for every occasion and size. Inquire today. Who wins the two Kent Town Hotel vouchers?
Let's give Ian and Con the Kent Town vouchers.
$50. You could have a beer and a feed. And magnificent. And the Smeg appliance. Building or renovating your first choice. Should be visiting the Smeg showroom at Debney Distributors. Taste the difference with Smeg.
Let's give that to John down at Port Adelaide.
John.
Albert and man. Good stuff.
Congratulations to you, John.
Well,
we're going to take a break. We'll check traffic and come back with the Meat Tray Friday winner in just a moment.
Parkside urgent civil works this morning. Green Hill Road near George Street. More works at Kensington Gardens to look out for. Kensington Road near West Terrace. Busy at Edwardstown. South Road near Edward Street and slow for works at Unley. Green Hill Road near King William Road. Camera Port Road, Cheltenham. Absolutely everything is on sale at Freedom. Save up to 60% off absolutely everything. Plus enjoy free delivery until Monday. Only at Freedom. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Soft drinks, sport drinks, fruit drinks, energy drinks. The sugar in any sugary drink is sugar your body doesn't need. It can get turned into fat, including toxic fat around your vital organs, which can lead to cancer, type 2 diabetes, and heart disease. Our bodies work best on water. It's sugar-free, fat-free, and if you get it from the tap, virtually free. Find out more at livelighter.com.au. A message from Preventive Health SA.
Who wants to go on a holiday? Dreaming of your next getaway? With travel options, the choice is yours. From powered sites for caravanners to holiday cabins, relaxing cruises and hotel escapes, there's something for everyone. And here's the best part. You bid the price you want to pay. With travel options, it's as simple as placing a bid, and if you are successful, hello holiday. Travelauctions.com.au or call 1300 656573. No hidden fees, just great deals.
With over 50 years in business and 60 industry awards, Sterling Homes has set the standard. And that's a long time in business. To celebrate their achievements, they're inviting you to share your dream with them.
With Sterling Homes, you get up to $30,000 worth of luxury upgrades your way at no extra cost. And you can choose what matters to you. It could be reverse cycle air, stone bench tops, solar panels and more. Plus, 2.7 metre high ceilings are included.
Sterling Homes listens to your must-haves, considers your nice-to-haves and works with you to create your ideal home. Because at Sterling Homes, your home. Visit their display homes across Adelaide. For locations, go to sterlinghomes.com.au. T's and C's apply.
You can rent a little, you can rent a lot.
Whatever you're doing, wherever you're going, you can rely on Red Spot to get you there. We're the all-Aussie family-owned car rental company in airport terminals and cities across Australia, with a new fleet and plenty of hybrid options too. Experience the exceptional service that earned us Product Review's 2026 Car Hire Service of the Year. Book direct and save now at redspot.com.au today, or call 1300 66 8810.
Red Spot.
At Coles, you can get great value on fruit and veg this week. Like Aussie-grown Australian Imperial Mandarins, just $3 per kilo. Shop in-store or online at Coles. Offer ends Tuesday.
Did you know that conditions such as dementia and Parkinson's disease can cause people to experience psychosis? That's why CMAX Clinical Research is trialling a potential treatment and is seeking volunteers to take part. If you're aged 18 to 55 and generally healthy, you could be eligible to participate. Spend 4 nights at CMAX, attend 1 follow-up visit, complete 1 phone call, and get paid for your time. Want to contribute to medical research? Apply at cmax.com.au.
Knock down, build 2 with Metro Homes. Move into 1 and keep the other as an investment. Metro Homes, they do it all for you.
David Penberthy and Will Goodings, 5AA Breakfast.
Coming up to 7 minutes to 9, the Federal Health Minister, Mark Butler, will be in studio taking calls during Graham Gooding's program after 9:30 this morning, so stick around for that. We have a Meat Trade Award first, though, thanks to the wonderful people, Sam and the team, Windsor Meats, Doothie Street at Malvern. I think they've provided us almost as many meat trays as anyone over the course of the journey, and they're always fantastic, and the entries today were fantastic as well.
There were so many of them, hard to narrow them down, but we're going to give it to Vinny. Like Vinny's nomination. Thank you for that, Vinny. Are we going to hear from Tyson again at some point?
Well, Tyson, I think rather presumptuously has strolled up to the microphone with the headset on again.
He's back on the live stream.
Well, that's always a sign. We should. Well, I mean, it is Tyson, the Gold Sack Trucks.
Tyson Gold Sack Truck.
First appearance on the program. So we should say a big thank you for being part of the show.
Yeah, on you, Tyson.
Guys, it's been another great morning. Happy birthday, David, too, by the way. Thanks for having me as part of the show. We'll start taking more nominations on Monday for next week's prize. So get them in on 822-30000. As I always say, the Golden Sack Truck wakes up with 5 AA breakfast.
See, this is the only thing AI should be used for.
Oh, dear. There
Not
needs
for
a bit of work on the
sacking
number, Tyson. But other than that, sounding like a regional US DJ is just a superb little twist that I didn't see coming.
He's got a touch of the Casey Kasems about him,
Absolutely. The Golden Sack Truck, as you just heard from the Golden Sack Truck, will continue to take nominations next week. That was a lot of fun, that segment. If you see a government at any level doing something that's silly, you can nominate it for a Golden Sack Truck Award. It was awarded to Nathan this morning for his experience receiving a ridiculous parking fine in his SA Power Networks car, no less. But we'll take more nominations next week on 822-30000.
We should really thank the Charles Sturt Council, because this has become a killer segment.
Absolutely.
And it's actually a really, really good way to get stories.
It really is.
Because we got of the 7 things that were nominated this week, 2 of them are actual proper stories.
Completely. Let's go. Let's reflect on the top 5 moments of the week.
It's been 1 week. The top 5 of the week.
Number 5.
What I find fascinating is how these words are making appearances on, say on footballs in this case. But I know that Dame Judi Dench actually does needlework embroidery during movie shoots, and the embroidery, contains swear words. So
Dame Judi Dench? No.
Dame Judi Dench. You won't find any images of her cross-stitching online.
I did not know
or is
that.
it crash-stitching? Yeah.
That was excellent. A lively conversation about the slippage in how we speak following the Josh Rochelle football scandal yesterday.
Dame Judi Dench, also the subject of one of Ricky Gervais's greatest jokes.
I think you told it, didn't you? Number 4 spot. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a World Cup year on 5AA Breakfast. How do you feel? You feel good? Confident about going all the way?
Trying to remain humble.
Yeah.
We take it, one step at a time. The person advocating on my behalf completely forgot about the fact that I embarrassed myself by playing the tambourine and singing alongside him for the undie drive. One of my low points. So, and I want to thank my mum for ringing in too.
Grant Stevens made it through in the people component of the bracket when we launched the World Cup of South Australia this week. Continues next week. The Port Elliot Pasty was triumphant this morning. We'll have to find out on Monday who is next that goes through to the next stage. The number 3 spot.
David. It's your birthday. Happy birthday. David. It's your birthday.
Oh, look at Pat.
Happy birthday. David.
Paddy's team might have won last night, but he really lost this morning, making the number 3 spot. Number 2. Sounds like sports show host, the Sack Truck.
Roo Ditson, the Sack Truck.
There you go. Yeah. Now you're talking.
Roo Ditson, Sacco.
Sacco.
What do you make of a Sacco? Imagine if the Sack Truck appeared on 2GB 20 years ago with Alan Jones.
Jonesy and the Sack Truck.
Have you ever seen a more incompetent and inept Labor government than this one? I didn't think so.
That's how we go.
I may listen to that, actually. That sounded all right. The Golden Sack Truck debuted on the radio program this morning, and we imagine where else it might crop up over the course of its obviously illustrious radio career that's on the way. The number 1 spot.
Hey, it's me, the Golden Sack Truck. This week's winner of the very generous Skip Bin voucher, courtesy of Allied Waste Services, is Nathan. Nathan told us about the silly parking fine he got down at the bay. Well done, Nathan.
God, that looks funny. Look at all this on the live stream.
Watching the YouTube live stream of the Sack Truck is the stupidest thing we've ever done in the history of the program. But
I love it.
But that was excellent.
It's already got its own personality.
Yeah, it really does. See, I've got a bit of it's American, which I didn't realise. We love the Sack Truck. That will be back next week. What a morning. RAA Road Service Fuel Watch, just a couple of cheap spots for you. The Liberty Port Adelaide $1.67.5 and the United Wingfield for diesel $2.15.5. Have a great weekend. We'll catch you Monday from 6.
See you next week.